for the side of University of Delaware, and William and Mary only with 2.
Yeah, and, it's like we said, just the control right now for Delaware. They have the ball at midfield, and they're able to make these passing plays happen. You saw that last goal. It came off the angle, off the corner, and again, here's Rain.
Not to be outdone, it's going to be a hard rain, if you'll excuse the pun. That was about as perfect as a shot reception middle gets. Down bottom, Blue again, not with a defense there, is not able to get behind that one.
And William and Mary's defense there is kind of hung out to dry because that pass comes off the corner, or from the corner to the crossbar. So you have to respect it as a shot because it's right next to the net. And it doesn't go in the rebound again. There's someone waiting for Delaware right in the middle.
That has consistently been a place where University of Delaware takes that advantage. Just being able to accept this ball there towards the middle every single time will get you goals, points, and everything in between. Taking back out here. That's Vixer trying to return this one. That was a solid little shot on, but not exactly on point.
You can see Delaware trying to work their way through the middle from the sidewalls, even from their own zone, just to try and get their offense started. And Vixa nearly had the dunk.
Yeah, it was really trying to don a hat on that one. The third shot, nope, it's just going to happen a few seconds later for Grau. 5-0 is this scoreline, and now we are all but factually eliminated for William and Mary in our game at number 1. Still best of 5. There's not that hard rock and a hard play situation quite yet, Joe.
Yeah, on that last one, that shot just goes right over the defender. That's a save. If you're William and Mary, you have to make. But it's difficult. You have to be able to shadow the ball, turn around, get your car around just to flip over and make that save. And that's just a well-placed shot.
Yeah, end of the day, 100% a little easier said than done. Sunshine with a solid little block there at the end, keeping this from going 6-0. And unfortunately, William and Mary following this one decently far, but hey, I think that some of these numbers here, Joe, kind of tell the story. Talk to me about them.
Yeah, I mean, only 2 shots for University, or of William and Mary, I should say. And Delaware just had all the pressure in the world. They controlled the boost in the midfield. They didn't allow, even on William and Mary's clears, William and Mary, once they were able to clear the ball, they had to regroup and get boosts in order to play the ball again. So every touch that Delaware had, just, they were able to move the ball downfield, pin William and Mary back in their own corner, and then William and Mary didn't have, the ability to make a play downfield.
Yeah, it really wasn't that possible the way the University of Delaware was playing. The elimination of opportunities was 100% their game plan, especially the last half of this game. I think that's pretty indicative of the fact that I kind of called out shot counters earlier. That was about halftime. That's what I try to do sometimes. And that only went from 10-16 for the side of the University of Delaware. William and Mary had 2 and stayed there towards the end, unfortunately. So got to get these shots up in order to make goals. We will be looking at a William and Mary squad who would very much surprise this caster if they do make it all the way through this without a single goal. I would be very, very surprised. I've seen what William and Mary is capable of. And just execution, again, just being possibly a different name.
So one of the things I want to look for in this game too, for an adjustment possibly, is how William and Mary clear the ball. A lot of their clears were just booming clears. Relieve all the pressure you can. Get it all the way down the field. But that doesn't always work because, it just gives possession over to the other team. So I'm looking for if they try a pass play up the wall or if they try and dribble. Try and relieve some pressure somewhere else because the way that they're doing it now is just giving University of Delaware the ball.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Some more apt analysis coming out from the man Joe here once we start this up. But first, we got a little more video content for you guys. Again, it's homecoming week. We got plenty of this stuff.
Hi, I'm Steve Kramark, Program Director for Esports at the University of Delaware. I'm standing outside our new state-of-the-art esports arena. On a normal day, this would be a bustling place with lots of members of our university community. Obviously, things are a little different this year.
One of the great aspects to esports is that the technology allows participation from just about anywhere, down the street, across the country, indeed around the globe. This week, we're using that technology to bring together the top esports competitors from the University of Delaware and William & Mary in this first ever Homecoming Challenge.
We're excited to bring this challenge to you in celebration of our homecoming week here at the University of Delaware. Thanks for watching, best of luck to all of our competitors, and go Blue Hens!
And I told you it was not going to be that long. Interesting stuff. This is Homecoming, Joe. A lot of content, a lot of stuff to be said, a lot of excitement to be had. William & Mary coming back in it, looking for their first score on this map. Oh man, not going to happen that easily when you got players like Grau just absolutely bulleting some of these shots in.
Yeah, and a huge save there from Chimney. That was not easy to turn on an angle like that, basically on a dime to get up in time underneath the crossbar. Great save.
It really was. Really stretched out for that one, as they say. 30 seconds in, Vixa down. Vixa could have put that over towards teammate, but again, possibly a little bit easier said than done. Grau and the University of Delaware continuing to maintain possession of this one right near their opponent's goal, so now they're on the defense. A nice pop out. This one coming back middle. Really, at the end of the day, I think the University of Delaware is just showing a lot more prowess up in the air. Now, that was a solid first and then second block. Legacy with a decent little clear, but going to be easier said than done. I keep saying that. I'll try and stop. Chimney with a solid block there on the end, minute end. What are we looking at, Joe?
And look at the challenge. You're right about the aerial presence from Delaware. They are everywhere hunting down these rebounds that William & Mary are letting through. But William & Mary so far this game have been able to answer the call.
Answering the call. Will it be the right number, though? That is the question. William & Mary really looking for the first. Oh, man, that's not William & Mary, though, unfortunately. Vixa getting one up, over, and in. Now, given that our first goal last game was 30 seconds in for the University of Delaware, and this one was University of Delaware scoring 90 seconds in after a William & Mary team that has seen a lot more time of possession, I'd say they're performing markedly better, Joe.
Yes, yeah, much better, but on that, you have to note the William & Mary defensive touch right there, picked it right off the sidewall into the middle where Vixa was waiting, and the defense wasn't ready. They were boost starts. They needed more time to regroup.
Very good way to put that. I feel like middle tier teams can frequently get really suckered into rotating unnecessarily forward boosts and stuff. It's always a fine line that you drive here in Rocket League between being where you need to be when you need to be there and picking up that boost. Playing with their food looks like University of Delaware here, trying, and Legacy with a nice clear. Vita out, back to the corner. And I think you had a fantastic point you're coming up on, Joe. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're absolutely right, though. I mean, one of the things
point
about University of Delaware is right now, all these clears that William & Mary are having, they're off the sidewalls. They're leading back to the middle where Delaware is basically waiting for them.
Solid little shot, and University of Delaware again just not going to get scored on that easily. That one decently centered as well, but no blue players there to pick it up. Sunshine on the other side of this one, blocking out with the width of the moon is this defender. 1-0 still the score for University of Delaware. I think you have a good point. I really think that the idea here would be for the University of Delaware to simply take it to the sides a little bit more often, right? Play that wall ball.
Yeah, I mean, if the defense is waiting for you at mid, right in the middle, you got to find a way to get it by the person challenging you. So that's the first challenge. You got to win a 50-50. But if you can win that 50-50, you can gain a little offensive possession. You win one challenge and one thing can lead to another.
Stringing together opportunities, I suppose that's another big thing. I think that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah, it's good. It's good points. It's not. Yeah, it's. I see your point. It's not just about single opportunities and taking advantage therein, right? It's not going to happen that easily. Oh no! Vixa over here, knocking ball out of the opponent's goal. The opposite of an own goal. 1 minute into here is it 1-0. Very close still. William Mary has not met at their first. I would be very surprised they haven't. That was a solid shot on it. Now Rain coming through. Oh, cornered Vixa. No, Vixa winning again on this one. Not a whole lot to be done. And William Mary just forced to play on the back foot from the defense over and over.
William and Mary were boost starved. Right as that save was made on the goal line, it was a triple commit. Everyone went to try and save that ball, and Vixa was able to take advantage of it. He was back, he had the boost, and he was able to cut that angle and make the play.
You know, too many cooks in the kitchen. Another very typical term that I use very frequently in my Rocket League casting, but oh my goodness. Little bouncy bounce here from Rain, making it look like a yo-yo where you can just pick it up and put it back down whenever he wants to, like there is a piece of yarn attached. Beautiful stuff. William and Mary is playing better, but they're still going to have to do more in order to really thwart the likes of the University of Delaware team. 30 seconds, 35 seconds isn't enough to do it, but again, walking walks, talking talks. 9 shots for the side of the University of Delaware, 0 for William and Mary.
Yeah, and again, it's a time of possession. Delaware has had, all the opportunities, and William and Mary, their defense, I think, definitely looks better, but you can't win if you can't score, and 0 shots, that's never going to get the job.
No, it will not. No, it will not, unless you rely on a single own goal, and then you completely shut out the defense, or she completely shut out on defense. Really never going to be a time where you're winning that one. Now, 0 seconds left. This is the overtime rules that have to kick in. Best it would be is a 1-3 scoreline for William and Mary. Something they would take is, again, they have not gotten a map point quite yet, but that is all gravy. 3-0 going for the way of University of Delaware. The boys from Del now coming in to game number 3, up 2-0. A very comfortable spot for them in a situation they've seen themselves in many times before. Now, soy sauce. I do believe we have a little bit more video content for the good people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sure. Getting it started here. We'll be back with you guys in just a second. Are back. We here, the EGF, are very excited for everybody in college and the homecoming aspect of that typical school year coming on in here. Still, not something that we did lose to a pandemic, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Not another thing, falling
yeah.
prey to 2020.
Yeah, it's been a tough year, but luckily, we've still got esports. They can still run.
Still got esports. I'd be remiss, lost alone in this dark, chaotic world without being able to do this stuff. Good luck to both teams as we start this up. William Mary down 0-2 in the series, down 0-2 on the win-loss record, and have not, through 3 weeks, unfortunately, yet taken a map off of anybody. So they're going to be looking to take one here against the University of Delaware, and the flash that they showed us in the last game shows that they're very, very capable of doing it, and with Chimney 28's defensive block there, the savior of his team, getting it done already.
Yeah, that was a big stop by Chimney. Sunrise had a shot at the ball, and he absolutely went under it and missed, and Chimney had to quickly boost back to make that save.
Yes, we unfortunately call that a whiff in the business. I feel you. 30 seconds. Ball put up perfectly in front. Oh man, this is such an opportunity to score against University of Delaware. I hate to be unbiased, but at this point, I just want it. I need it like I need it in my next breath. Soy sauce.
They were so close, though, and part of the issue was Legacy was out of boost. You saw he made the play, and then he was stuck in the air. When you have no boost, you can't even, like, orient yourself to get yourself back on the ground so that you can make another play on the ball.
I'm out here hydrating with my grapefruit juice and didn't realize it was going to be that loud. Sorry for glugging anybody's ear. 60 seconds in. I'm sorry, what was your last point there?
Oh, I might have cut out there, but I was saying part of the issue was Legacy was out of boost. He had no ability to reorient himself in order to make a play on the ball.
Gotcha. So kind of going back to that central problem, just simply being boost starved. Whether that's, oh no, what a bad man Grau is. Shooting that one in there, and I'll chalk that up as a play on words or whatever, because I do believe the Grau is a weapon from Call of Duty. If I still remember right. You play any Warzone?
That sounds right. I haven't played Warzone in a hot minute, but
Gotcha.
I do know that was a mean pass. I mean, just the smallest touch on it just to get it over to Grau.
Indeed it was. Perfect pass leads to a very, very fast shot. Cornered, but not going to be on point so much. Legacy was trying to get up on top of that one. Grau with another, the corner-to-corner play here. Vixa playing the middleman, and then back is Rain. Always need one there, and again, that's another reason why the University of Delaware is taking a lot of advantage in this, and they always have a back man.
Oh, what a save from Sunshine.
Oh, but then they double commit on it as they're coming out. Oh man, that's heartbreaking to see. Yeah, so Sunshine with a really good block here. Legacy and Chimney both go for it. Legacy was right there, should have hit it easily and softly, kind of off to the right or super high to buy his team time. But unfortunately, they both just absolutely shoot for it, use both jumps, and nobody's back there afterwards. Sunshine had already put in his work.
Yeah, lack of rotation and communication right there. You can't have too many double commits like that. It's not going to work out.
You're going to have a bad time. That's what they... Well, that's a South Park quote right there. 2-0. Wow, there you go. I found something that makes whole soy sauce laugh. South Park references. I got you. I'll keep that in mind. Grau taking this one from the middle. Again, kind of that wall ball approach that has been taken. Comes up with 14 boost and still makes the most out of it. With a shot in. Again, Rain just coming in, freezing out the side of William and Mary. That wasn't necessarily a double commit. I can't call that one. That was a pretty impressive defensive series by William and Mary. At the end of the day, they just didn't have another one back there. It's just UD is, again, just more on point with the rotations.
Well, the issue was that first shot that hit the crossbar, they went on it. Both players out of the net went for it, and the third man still had to recover in time for that third shot.
I thought that the first shot had actually been blocked by a player, but it must have been mistaken. That's why we have codecasters, people.
It might have been.
Your eyes are almost certainly better than mine. Okay, I'm an old man, decrepit, and 28. At 28, I might as well be putting in for my Social Security in esports. And yeah, so you probably did definitely see that one a little bit better than me. Grau up and over, and this one's actually gonna be a shot. There was no triple commits, there was no double commits. That was just unfortunately Legacy, I think, not being able to get there in time, but I think that might have been a boost problem again. Just the simple fact of not having enough.
They caught the defense off guard here. Grau just turns in the corner, and William and Mary, they think they have the clear, and then the ball just kicks out to the corner right to where Grau is. It's a smart play by him to just immediately be able to turn back on the ball and make that play. No one on the defense suspected it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a mixture of being lucky, smart, and in right place at right time. All of those things you're going to need to know for your Rocket League matchups. 5-0. That's what we're looking at here, numbers-wise, the last minute and 18.
And that's just a bad touch from Legacy. I don't know if this was an intentional pass to the middle or not, but in any sport, clearing it to the middle on a pass is just asking for bad news.
Not ideal.
So right there, got cut off, and a beauty of a pass to just kick it out to the University of Delaware.
There you go. Here's another one for you. I never should have passed to the middle.
Yeah.
There you go, he caught it.
Yep.
Okay, a true South Park fan, I can tell. I love it. Chimney with a very nice fast block from this one. coming back towards the middle. Demolition's coming out. Not necessarily a tactic that the University of Delaware needs to incorporate quite yet, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what they say around here, these parts. It's not a real accent, I promise. At least I think I don't sound like that.
Well, here's the thing about demos is that if you're gonna, oh my goodness, forget
Crowd doesn't
demos,
want to hear your
you
points
gotta
about
play
demos. Yeah,
defense.
exactly. He just that shut that just about anybody up. Seriously, that was very impressive. Please go ahead though.
Oh no, I was initially gonna say, playing aggressive, going for those demos, it's not allowing University of Delaware any space, but all of a sudden they couldn't get the demos, or they couldn't get any of the bumps, and then all of a sudden University of Delaware had all the space in the world to make that beauty of a play.
It's really kind of right there, up close, in your on your side of the field. It's going to be something that those bumps and the lack thereof really going to be kind of obvious. I gotta agree with you. 17 seconds. 5 down. Little middled action. Again, some wall ball continued on. Ground, the rest of the University of Delaware keeping this alive for the time being. Want to put this up on numbers 7-0. Vixa over the middle, not going to happen. So a complete sweep, a stomp if there ever was one. 3 W's back-to-back nets them a best-of-5 win for the University of Delaware. We'll go ahead and run through these numbers for you guys, even though, unfortunately, it was one-sided. But hey, we are casters, and this is a collegiate team, and we'd be doing a disservice to you guys, the adults playing this game, if we did not record and report numbers as they did happen. William and Mary, 3 shots in the last, a total of 15 to the side of University of Delaware, quintupling up when it comes to shot counters. 6 goals total in a 6-0 win in game number 3, a 0-3 win in game number 2, and a 0-5 win for the University of Delaware in game number 1. Now, Joe, we have a little bit more homecoming information coming in through here, but I want to see if you had any other input on this matchup between William and Mary and University of Delaware.
I mean, this is more or less what we expected. University of Delaware, they've shown a couple times now on this channel that they are one of the top teams to beat, and so they're making a statement victory here right off the bat.
Really was, and what a way to do it as well. There's no double-digit beatdowns, didn't need to be when obviously just kept to 0 each time. William Mary not out of this one quite yet. This is a solid Rocket League team. Just the first 2 teams, I think it's fair to say, first 3 teams, excuse me, all just very, very good teams. Definitely towards the top of each of their divisions. So yes, your record at this point might be 0-3, but that is not necessarily indicative of how skillful the team is or anything else like that, because they've been playing some very, very good teams. More homecoming action coming up for you guys, then we'll go to a very short break while we get the next match set up. That is the Big East, University of Connecticut, taking on St. John's University, for a Big East matchup on that side. That will be a conference game, guys, so a big one indeed. Back after a few minutes after this video coming up.
Thanks for watching this portion of our first ever esports homecoming challenge. We hope you've enjoyed seeing what these talented competitors from Delaware and William & Mary have had to offer. To learn more about our program and facility, visit bluehenesports.com, and you can follow us on social at Bluehen Esports on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thanks for watching.
And we are back, Rocket League fans. I told you it wasn't going to be a long break. FBI Tugboat joined with my man Joe. That's soy sauce over here. We got Juke down there producing away, making our jobs as casters just so much easier. It would be foolish, it would be folly to not right now go on Twitter and follow Juke at JukeCasts. If you don't, I just that is thinking that is just beyond me, soy sauce. Moving on, what did we just see here, soy sauce?
We saw William and Mary and University of Delaware. It was a 3-0. William and Mary struggled for a little bit of the match trying to get the ball downfield. Delaware took advantage of a lot of missed touches, and that's how they, swept the match.
That's very, very true. The broom was brought out in this last. That is the University of Delaware staying with a perfect record. Have dropped a map, so not a perfect record, I guess, just shy of that perfect record, but still 3-0 on the win-loss ratios, whereas William and Mary, unfortunately, has not picked up a map quite yet. 0-3 is how they will stay, but again, as we said before our break, in case you're just joining us, William and Mary has had a very tough schedule up into these 3 weeks so far. It is not speaking to the skill of their individual team, just to say that they lost throughout. But yes, getting it going here. UConn on the left in the blue. That's Chirpa, that's Ackman, and that's Droids. 3 very, very well-known and common players. And oh my goodness, this is the sub for the side of St. John's University coming above ground, making himself known.
Yeah, Mecha Fusion right off the bat just hits it off the wall, and if you're the defense, you got to make a touch on that ball. I think he might have thought Mecha Fusion was going to get a second hit on it, but
that's the way it goes. Striking back here is UConn, not to be outdone. 1-1 is the scoreline 13 seconds in. Now that's a 6.5 second average per goal between either two teams. It would be incredible if that was kept up. It'd be something like, I don't know, 50 goals total between the two if that average was kept up. That's quick maths right there.
Well, regardless, a quick answer is what UConn needs to get back into this one.
It is indeed. Both teams showing that they can score early, fast, quick, and when they want to. That really being the name of the game. This one going to be decently on point. Troy's actually hitting side here, not able to get the pinch that he wanted. That's not the cute one that comes from your grandmother at Christmas and Thanksgiving times. That's one that gets very annoying over there in the corner. 1 minute into this one, 55 seconds to go. That's the first demolition, correct?
Yeah, and for UConn, a lot of these hits, they're trying to chip it up and follow after it, but St. John University has really done a good job of just not letting them get that second touch on the area.
It's more frequently than not, right? Gonna be about that second touch, not the first one. I think that's one of the kind of like one of the quintessential Rocket League tips, right? "90 seconds into this one. Ackman had a solid little lineup on this. Sorry, talk to me about the shot.
No, Chirpa had the right idea, and he just couldn't cut that angle.
Yeah, it's going to be all about that angle end of the day. 2 minutes in. Ackman up, Ackman touch. Primal trying to join this one down bottom. As that's Justin now. Justin Time 4th Street AM, 3 a.m. I'm not sure what that is. We're just going to call him Justin. That one's nice and easy, right, Soy?
Yeah, just in time.
Getting over here. Corner play is where this ball's been living for quite a little while now. As always in the advantage of the winners at the time, as eating up time is, and oh my goodness. Droids is showing with that one that he can score from anywhere, Soy.
Yeah, and I don't think the defense of St. John's here really expected that touch. Whoever was, I missed it, who was right next to Droids gets a touch to flick it up, and it actually messed up the third man back.
That interference there is always going to be name of the game. Chirpa coming in here, so we're not going to see the St. John's University callback with an instant strike to tie it up. Now that's UConn, the University of Connecticut, that has gotten in here, struck hard and struck fast, not once but twice. And I believe that is the UConn Blue Hymns. I'm mixing up my, excuse me, yeah, this is the UConn Huskies. My bad. So, yeah, Huskies, dog can be very fast too, right?
Yeah, well, one of the things, though, about that last goal from Chirpa, that was just quick reactions. He saw the slight mistouch from the defender and had the boost to capitalize on the play.
Boost, again, being the name of the game. Boost starved, I think, is the term they used earlier, right?
Right.
You're taking this in the middle, solidly lined up, but Droyes once again really reaches for this one, gets exactly where he needs to in just the nick of the time. That's 11th hours situation right there, but he does get in, keeps this scoreline 3-1. Not for lack of trying, that was Justin getting in there and getting personal.
Yeah, Justin did a great job there. Had to turn around, make the quick save, and then had to get the ball down the field. He only needed a little bit more boost to get a shot on goal, but unfortunately he ran out.
1 minute, 10 seconds on the clock. Still plenty of time for St. John's to tie this one back up. It's still a situation of oh my goodness. Fourth goal just barely missed by a wide open net. Member of Connecticut will be kicking themselves for that one.
That felt like it would have been the dagger because for about the last minute now, St. John's really has not had a lot of offensive pressure.
Offensive pressure, that's a different story through and through for Connecticut. A very good point, and this is the point where we talk about time of possession again. Hitting way too up high. Chirpa shoots one in there. Primal getting just on the other side and just fists this one out.
And Primal was out of boost too, I believe, so he just had to throw his body at the ball and pray that someone wasn't there.
Yeah, wing and a prayer, gonna be good for this one. Can't promise the efficiency of that one normally. 6 seconds to go. Chirpa bringing it out. No, Chirpa, that's just a pass to Ackman. Yeah, that's just a UConn team that's going to be playing keep away there towards the end. 3-1 the scoreline for game one. We saw a pretty handed game the first one, the little stomp action. A total of 14 points for Delaware versus William & Mary's 1, but as it is, UConn 3-1 being much more even on this one. Now, I do need to remember this. I should remember this. I should have remembered this, but do we have any homecoming footage here for these two games? I've just been struck by a light bulb here. It just went off above my head. No, this is not our producer talking in my ear where you guys can't hear him. This is me remembering all by myself. So, there you go. UConn, 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 2 is 15 shots for UConn versus St. John's 3?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about these numbers a little bit. And I believe you're muted, my friend. Yep. So we're going to go to a very short break right now, guys, and just get these two teams set up. We'll be back with you in 30 seconds, maybe. And we are back, a very short break. So, unfortunately, software, hardware issues, something like that, unforeseeable. We got Juke here now casting with. We'll have Soy back soon, and that velvety voice coming rocking at you with plenty of Rocket League.
Yeah, I'll be doing my best here to keep Tuco company. Just wanted to make sure he was okay. I was kind of concerned about him. Unfortunately, Soy had some issues, but we're going to focus on the game here as we head into game 2. UConn up 1-0.
Yes, sir. Juke knows that I get lonely sometimes, so he's coming to keep me company. I do appreciate that. Nice block out here by Ackman. Nice clear, but didn't get too far. That's Primal on the side away here, but Mecha Fusion, I believe, on the other side of that one. Big whiff down the middle. Was not an open goal by any means, but gotta be able to make those shots to take them. Take those shots to make them. I'm not sure. You miss every shot you don't take. That's what Michael Scott says. There you go. Droid just knows the value of an attempted shot after his second on the game, I believe. Nope, only first one counted here for game. Again, Rocket League can be a little bit wonky in how it does award these points, but Joy is 1-1 for shots and goals. Up 1-0 is the side of UConn.
Yeah, and a great job by UConn there, really keeping control of the ball in the corner, just peppering the goal with shots over and over. Eventually something's got to go in.
Yep, there you go. Got to just shake that tree enough and you will see what comes out. A nice little back shot on that one. Would have been a little bit more on point forward ways, but he made do with what he has. And that is what I am lauding, what I'm raving about, not ranting. Primal Rage, there towards the Primal Rage. Oh my goodness, been casting too much Rocket League. Casting too much Overwatch, excuse me. Man, my brain is all over the place today. Just in time for Steam. That's what it is, not 4th Street. Oh man, Joyce bounces one off the hood of a couple on this one. That's 90 seconds in, 95 seconds in, quick maths as Joyce puts up his second and makes number 2.
Yeah, no, great job there again. Just so much pressure coming in from UConn. Really not letting St. John's breathe at all. And
my
again,
goodness.
right off the draw.
That was Ackman with a little pinball action, knocking between goalpost, top post, corners, and everything in between. On the other side was not a goal for them, unfortunately. And now bringing it back outside of St. John's. Not scored in this matchup so far. They did not go scoreless in game number 1. Game number 2 being a different story. Double commit up there does not bite them this time as just in time, that is. Getting there, I'm not going to say it again. Getting there when he needs to be to block that block away here. Primal comes up for it. Just a bare miss on that one, but only had a tiny bit of boost, so can't fault him too much. Ackman with a takeaway here. Grabbing that glowing golden jewel that is a big boost fill up on the side there against. Oh, no, that was Ackman who took. I'm not sure who he took. Excuse me. Halftime.
Yeah, and you're seeing a big difference here. It's getting a little better from St. John's, but at some points they're playing 3 deep in the goal, and that's okay to get a save, but you're not going to get any control out of there. You're seeing very different here from UConn, always keeping somebody available so that they can just punt the ball out and have a decent shot at getting control.
I'm with it. Too many players back. There's not a whole lot you can do outside of a huge pop out, and then half the time we are seeing UConn end up taking that. The Huskies getting all over these mixed balls once they come out and have been successfully popped out. Oh, that's on point. No, it's not. Hits corner and hits back 180 degrees the other way. And now we see a rotating St. John's University squad. One way or another, that was a very, very impressive shot to have even gotten it there close. It speaks to the real experience and the skill of these two teams, St. John's University. Even though they're down, not an unskilled team by any means.
Yeah,
just in time, making that one. This is coming in, and a cornered shot. Primal proving that he can get it done as well.
Yeah, great job there from Primal. And that opportunity that they missed, that is one of the drawbacks of UConn style. They're really activating their defense, getting people out there, but at times it can leave you open to a quick turnaround. So they don't get punished there, but eventually St. John's able to turn it back and get one on the board.
Yes, they've been keeping dreams alive here. There's been no give-up factor whatsoever for this squad. 3-1 coming through in the first game, looking better, sitting pretty here 2-1 after a score there. 60 seconds, plenty of time to do it, because you know what the tug says, Juke. A lead of 1, a lead indeed, Rocket League. Oh my goodness, Ackman doesn't like my rhyming scheme.
Yeah, I'm not sure about those rhymes, but I am sure that was a great play from UConn. Again, you're seeing good control out of the corners, putting it right in front of the net. St. John's not able to get there in time. UConn up 3-1, looking to take control of this series.
Yeah. I mean, what, we came in 60 seconds, score difference of 1, plenty of time to do that. 50 seconds on 2 is not that big a difference. It can happen. The dream is not dead quite yet. Into the night will not go quietly is the St. John's University squad. I cannot remember their mascot, though. If you have that, I would love it. But, regardless.
Is it the St. John?
Right now.
St. John? Is he the
Ooh,
mascot?
the St. John. No, it's the Friars, I believe.
Oh.
Wait, no, that's Providence. I can't exactly remember. We'll look it up in halftime here. What? We always look for differences and similarities in narratives, right, Juke?
Yeah. The difference we're seeing, I would say, is how the teams are playing defense, how they're clearing. Again, UConn much more active, much more aggressive. It looks like it's going to pay off here, taking a 2-0 advantage in the series.
Yeah, the dream's still alive. There's still a ball up a shot availability, but at the end of the day, you can only get 1 given the overtime rules. So at the absolute most, St. John's would lose this 2-3 instead of their 1-3. But still, there's a lot to be said for keeping the numbers up. This is not necessarily garbage time. These are what we use to determine our score differences when it comes to ties at the end of the season, Juke.
Yeah, that is very true. And here is one of the difficulties of being the producer and the caster, filling in for Soy, who had some tech issues.
Yes. So what you gotta do, Juke, you just have to scream, like just in the middle of your thing, and then I'll know that we're back on camera. They'll never understand it. They'll never get it. They won't notice. Exactly. I'm a numbers man. Juke, talk to me about the numbers. The numbers. Oh, the whole time? Oh man, so it just sounds like Tugboat's just screaming to the voices in his head.
It did.
On camera,
I'm here
on
now.
mic,
I'm
for like
here
7
now.
minutes. Oh my goodness. I promise I'm not just talking to myself again, guys. I promise.
They heard me in game previously. Now they're able to hear me while we're on the caster scene. Just imagine that somebody real handsome is to the left of Tugboat here. That's me. I'll try to get it set up between games. You're pointing the wrong way.
Go.
You're going to the edge.
That's my love. Oh, dang it.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry. That's Juke right over there.
Yeah, it's Juke.
Giving us the shimmy shake on here, and again making it appear as I am just speaking to myself through and through for an entire Rocket League game. But again, guys, promise that one's not happening. 3-1 up for UConn to St. John's in the game number 1. 3-1, same situation coming from UConn against St. John's game number 2. And now a third game coming through, and the only thing standing between St. John's University and getting 3-0'd is this next 5-minute period and what will happen within it.
Yeah, again, the difference of the play styles is what I'm looking for. I'm not totally against what St. John's was doing. I like going 3 deep in your own goal sometimes just for safety, but we'll see if they're able to maybe get some better movement out of there as we head into Game 3.
Yes. And so again, the way Rocket League can achieve points and whatnot, it can be a little bit wonky, but we were looking at a difference between 9 and 8 scores, very, very even. Now, how have we gone screened? Are we on game now?
We are in game.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Producing away, making my job as a caster just so much easier. And I tell you, folks, I would not be able to do it. What producers do is magic. I think that's how the government actually technically classifies it. It is not of this world. It's supernatural actions and is beyond me as a caster. So really, shout out to production members.
Yeah.
35 seconds into this one.
It's very true. When I fill out my tax reform, I just put magician there. They know that I am either a wizard or a producer. It's one of the two.
Either a kind of a hammy performer who performs sleight of hand at like fairs and things like this, or an esports production member, one of the two. They probably have to clarify somewhere in there. I'm sure the rates are different. Oh man, we're having fun here, Juke. I hope you're enjoying yourself already. 60 seconds in. No scores quite yet. This is pretty indicative of our previous two games. There were not very, very early scores coming through for any huge team advantage, right? Game number 1 came through 1 second, 4 seconds. Oh man. Ackman again. Yeah, every single time I'm talking, trying to make a point, Ackman just makes his own point, trying to make a point for his team to then shut up the tug.
Yeah,
I like those
beautiful, beautiful touch there. Again, we're seeing good action from UConn coming out of the corners, and I think that's just that they're not getting properly challenged over there. They're able to do what they want, and a beautiful setup leading to UConn 1-0 in this.
Oh
game.
no. Mecha actually, so Mecha missed that there towards the end, ran out of boost, but fortunately for them, that long ball from downtown was not centered. Droids, oh my god, keeping this one with him like a child, like a kangaroo keeps its kid in its pouch right here, all the way across that. Very impressive dribbling skills from this player. Chirpa now coming down like a bird. Not going to happen. Nice pop out from this one, and Justin keeps us all the way out. That's decently centered, and Droids just gets a chip shot on the edge of his car against this one. Solid break.
Yeah, always makes you nervous seeing those balls crossing in front of your own net. Droid's able to handle it pretty well there. Twice in a row, but a shot coming in. Oh, Ackman not able to get the touch.
Yeah, so Droids hit that one just a little bit too high on the second, it seems. Difference would have been a little bit lower. We're looking at 2-0 and a lineup between these two guys back to the true 50-50, that neutral. Ackman taking this one out. Primal trying to get on top of it. Not going to be super easy to get ahead of multiple. Chirpa down. No boost for Justin. None necessary, though. Man back has no boost and tripled up in goal right now, St. John's, but did not bite them again. They take all the advantage of the world out of that.
Yeah, and you see there again, very prominently, 3 players in the net from St. John's. But impressed with that, they are able to get out of there, get control of it, clear, but now in front of their own net again.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Primal might actually just have just the biggest confidence ever, you know, just being able to do that. And there was another player who dribbled it out and showed a lot of control over ball, but at the end of the day, just it's not necessarily a control problem. It's just dangerous, right?
Yeah, very, very scary to ever be able to get.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Oh!
90 seconds into this one. Little demolition action starts, little vehicular manslaughter. SJ's is all about it. Back is back though. We have 3 men both sides. 3 players both sides, I should say. I'm not sure about that. Personal details. Minute 10. Mecha fusion. Nice little pop action. Gets over Ackman with the assistance of Justin. Yes, it was. But was able to get up there, used all boost to get there. And an easy takeaway there as Chirpa almost rounds this one around perfectly. No lazy river on this one. Droids, another really, really expert performance of ball control in this one, but gets on over, out of boost, gets the full. Chirpa's still there. Chirpa trying to get past Justin, but again, Justin's a solid player and has shown that he can do almost anything with this ball at any point in the field.
Yeah, and maybe this is just showing I'm not as familiar with Rocket League. Do they typically keep one person back? Because I believe Droids would be what I would normally call like the goalie, but I'm seeing him activate. He is taking shots.
Yes, indeed. So it is actually a pretty common mistake, in my opinion, that a lot of lower teams and middle tier teams do with kind of like preferring a shot man, a point man, a goalie, a mid man, things like this. Really, in the day, a well-rounded Rocket team is defined by their each individual 3 members' ability to play any role at any given time, just depending on who is closest. I think that's the most succinct and linguistic way to explain that one. Ooh, ball's still alive, though.
There they go.
Yeah,
Finally
Ackman does a smart thing. Yeah, Ackman does a smart thing on this one and just downs ball right there. That one going to be a very, very close finish. Could have very easily gone down to overtime situations, but as it is, that is the UConn squad coming through with a 1-0 victory in game number 3 to get out the broom and get the sweep going. That's a 3-0. It is not it is not as dominant as some other sweeps we've seen, though, right? 3-1, 3-1, and then 1-0.
Yeah, definitely could have been worse there. I'd say it was competitive the whole time from St. John's.
Yes.
I'm not sure if these Rocket League teams typically have a coach, but that's something I would talk about. Being a little more active, giving your player in net somewhere to clear to, instead of just saying we're three deep. Eventually we'll stop this, right? Eventually something will happen. You
Just
know.
like kind of winding back and just knocking this ball like just out of there wherever it goes, just knocking it out and then taking it on the other side. That's definitely a different look at it. Obviously, you're going to be benefited by having a man back that can receive, even if they're only like at a third field and they're not like fully receiving, and you send a ball like sailing way down, like the Hail Mary for them to receive down farther away. You're still getting your pop done. You're still maintaining possession. That is also kind of leaving your man out there to very easily get demolished once the other team takes the ball and runs back. So again, I think that a lot of people, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying this because you brought this up. I think that a lot of people look at Rocket League as like a way too basic of a game, and there's like, just right. You come from Overwatch. Just click on their heads, right? Like that's the summary of the stupid like assumptions that it's just a simple game or whatever,
Right.
right? That is just just line up your crosshair on their head and then pull the trigger when their head pops up, right? Just take the ball, put it through the goal. At these level of teams and stuff like this, there's the constant back and forth, the literal flying car version of chess about I put in resources here, but then they're going to do something, or I'm going to burn some resources here, and then they're going to take advantage, or they're going to miss here, or you can't really plan for misses, but they're going to do this when my player's in this situation. So now I'm going to utilize one of my demolitions and now take this, knowing that you only have 2.5 seconds, and literally just an endless, ongoing, just battle back and forth like that of just consistent, probability for this thing to happen, probability for that thing to happen, and just tightening up those corners is high level Rocket League at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's definitely more to Rocket League than meets the eye when you're first
Yes.
playing. Just making that leap from sort of chasing the ball everywhere and it looks like a game of rugby to saying, hold on, it's better if I actually go somewhere else. That's like the
That's a
first
very good
leap
way to point it.
when your brain activates Rocket League in its true beauty and you go, oh, there is definitely more to this than cars and there's a ball here and we just kind of drive around.
Yeah. So the analogy, whatever, that I'm going to be using here in the future after you pointed that out, because it's a very, very good point. So, as the game progresses in skill, as you get more and more skill for the higher tiers, you get closer and closer to Grand Champion, you could kind of describe Rocket League as resembling less and less violent traditional sports. You said rugby, and that is so scary it's on point, or so on point that it's scary, Juke. It's a very, very good point. A lot of demolitions, a lot of really, really close balls, a lot of just absolute swarming after things and players missing, similar to jumping in the scrum. And then once you get a little bit higher like that, right, you come out and get your hockey action, right? You're decently violent, but solid
Okay.
amount of passes. There's going to be demolitions and stuff like this, and then eventually, yes, eventually Grand Champion, you just get high flying, literal acrobatics of rocket powered cars coming in at 100 kilometers an hour, knocking this around, and that could be closest defined to your soccer. American, or no, sorry, we say football here. Soccer, like European, like
Foot
soccer, like with a
soccer
ball
and
that you hit
not
it with your
and
feet.
not
Yeah,
hand
foot
egg.
soccer. There you go. There you go. My hand pig. I get it. Oh, that's funny. All right, Juke. We've been memeing enough, been having a lot of fun. I'm gonna work on that hyperbole or analogy, whatever it's technically referred to as. But I do believe that's all we got for right now until we get into Siena and Niagara University. Is that correct?
That is correct. So we'll take a short break and be right back.
And we are back. We do short breaks here at the EGF. That is our, well, I shouldn't say our brand guarantee because I haven't gotten signed off on that one. That is your informal FBI tugboat guarantee. FBI tugboat joined here with my man Soy Sauce, as we got Juke over there producing away, making our jobs as casters just so much easier. He was casting with me a minute ago, and it was a delectable time, I gotta say. But I'm happy to get Soy Sauce back here. Got the man, the myth, the legend, spitting that velvet voice all the way through.
Hopefully, no more issues on my end.
hardware, software. You know, there's no, you know, there's no containing that one. There's no predicting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we got, after a Yukon squad puts down St. John's University 3-0 after a 3-1, 3-1, and then 1-0 victory. So very, very close. We got the Siena College taking on the Niagara University. Siena College is the Saints. That is their mascot.
Yep, the Siena Saints. And the Siena Saints, I believe, last year were one of the, I believe they finished either 5th or 6th.
Top contender, yes sir. Yes sir. Wait, hang on, no, Niagara? I think they were top, I thought they were top 4. I know they didn't win. That was, ooh, voice in my head, I'll take that one if you got it.
Yeah,
all gravy, Juke. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, both of these teams, I believe, you know, they had their moments to shine last season, but right off the bat, you see that's Siena right off the bat getting to an early lead.
Yeah, Niagara coming through here. Oz 117, Pablo, and Mitt 97, making up that Niagara University squad. Other side, Siena College making up of Beano's, I think, maybe, and Ive McFarlane and Argil 82. Now, Mitt 97, I can imagine that 97 is indicative of the year that he was born, Soy Sauce. But Argil 82, I'm not sure about 1982 being a birthday for a college player, right?
Yeah, probably not. That's my best guess.
That's even before my time, if one can such imagine a period in time that FBI Tugboat was not alive, given my archaic stature.
So, one thing I do want to note about this matchup, last year, Niagara thrived when Oss thrived. Aussie was, you know, all over the field for Niagara. He was the guy initiating the plays, getting the majority of the goals, and when he was on point, Niagara was on point. So I'm looking for him to find a way to answer in this game.
Yeah, they got that symbiotic relationship. Whenever one is doing well, the other is killing it as well. Followed up here, Pablo trying to put one in, pitter patter, but no, let's get at her. That was blocked away by not one but 2 players. Now a solid shot put up. That's Argil on the other side. Pops it over the side after a defender does get in on that one. Ive McFarlane given the necessary touch there, but that's Beano's following up. Cornered, but not cornered enough.
Good stuff there from the defense, just being able to clear that ball away.
Always going to be a big name of the game. Now, we saw St. John's tripling up on defenses some last time, but they got a lot of value from it. They got huge pops, but no receives really on either side. And man, oh man, Beano's accepting this one. There's 2 Niagara University members on the other side, and they just don't get to ball. This is going around here. Why? The 3 members actually right there. Now, Mitt was a little bit farther away. Maybe could have gotten on top of that one, but Alice 117, Pablo, not much of a reason to have not gotten on the other side of that one.
One of the defenders, I believe it was Mitt, was on the wall, and he was the next guy up to try and face that challenge, but he's caught on the wall, and the pass comes off right to the middle. Easy capitalization for Siena.
Yeah, wall ball not being the name of the game there. Now, the Niagara, that's the Purple Eagles Soy Sauce. Got their Wikipedia page up here as we hit now half time.
Yeah, and right off the bat, the Purple Eagles, you know, something of note last year too, when they really started to pick up, Pablo and Mitt were all on top of it, but again, the captain, Ost, shows up when his team needs it.
Yeah, it's showing up in a half. That's quite an appearance. Beano's does what he tries what he can on the other side, but a straight shooter like that and a bullet coming in, only so many things you can do. He even sacrificed the body, nothing doing. 1-2 for the side of Siena. This one is still going at it.
Good aerial challenger. I believe that was Pablo. If he gets a good chunk of that, that's going in the net.
That's easily up there, but Oz doesn't get up in time, so kind of surprising. That is not characteristic of the man Oz. He usually has absolutely perfect control, but doesn't matter when you got a man like Mitt backing you up and macking these in here. Very nicely done. Smacking these in here. That would make more sense. I just got caught up in the alliteration, so
No worries. No worries on Sienna, though, because that clear, once again, they clear it off the sidewall, and you don't get a whole lot of distance when you do that. And Mitt was able to answer, punch it over a defender. Just like that, it's tied.
1 minute 45. That means, 105 seconds or so left in this one. No clear advantage. Might as well be 0-0. Might as well be 10-10, so
Yep, and Oz trying to answer. Oh, he wanted to cut that angle.
Both you missed?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow, and surprising. Rounded round, Beanos puts it up, but isn't able to get it cornered. Now popped out a little bit. Austin, the rest of Niagara now coming on the offense for time being, but that is a too early rotation, Soy! That's what happens when you just leave too early. You gotta be on time to the places that you're going.
What a good call out here. I think this was all in comms. Someone told Beanos, turn around. You can make a play on this. And it's an easy chip up and an easy drop down to give them the lead.
It's simply a 1 + 1 = 2 situation on that. They saw an opening, they punched for it, took it to home, put points on the board, taking value from it all day long. 3-2 is the scoreline. Wouldn't be surprised if it ends here too after the way that this matchup has been going. Rolling around, Argyle getting up on top of that one. Putting this to the corner. Pablo trying to get it out, but a lot of corner plays so far. This is to the advantage of your Siena College squad. You're in the lead. You just want to burn up all this time. That's one of the few resources defense has left is now the rotations. Come all the way through.
Clear.
My, oh my.
Well, you take it when you can get it, That's just an unfortunate sequence.
Yep. Wait, I think I actually know, okay. I think I know why player was down there was able to get that done, right? He didn't see ball necessarily coming. There'd just been a demolition on the other side, and he was staring through a cloud of smoke.
Yeah, and that clear off the wall too. He's just trying to block the centering pass.
This is a game after 2 sweeps of the day here at the EGF, the Electronic Gaming Federation Rocket League side that is looking at a Game 1 overtime situation right now. You take 22 seconds from both of these teams, and you look at the scores, they're tied up. We'd be playing into that plus overtime situation. As it is, rounded round, Oz trying to get this one up here. 10 seconds to go. No one out. Both teams not opting to ground this out and take it. That's perfectly centered. 3 members on the other side, not gonna happen so easily. Argyle now round around there, and Beanos doesn't get to it. That was open. Oh my, and almost electrifying into a game number 1, but we're in an overtime situation now. Beanos again taking this one to the corner. Oz receiving it, trying to play this one slow. That's just a little bit too far for Argyle and the likes of the rest of Siena College, and now we're back to midfield. Mitt up, Mitt cornered. Mitt tries to put it down, not gonna happen.
Niagara knows they got away with one right at the end. Siena had the goal, and now they're just praying they can get this ball back on the offensive zone.
Yeah, this was all the momentum one way. That was up all day, open as a barn door. Beanos doesn't miss at those. And another second on the clock had been a different story, but we're not in that story. We're not in that timeline. It's theory crafting at the worst. That's what I'm doing.
That's what a good center, and he can't connect on it.
I've McFallen moving like Ian McKellen. Yes, that's the 85-year-old knight from the UK on that one after he just simply doesn't get to a ball that was very, very close, and it was, again, open as a barn door.
Well, once again, Niagara bailed out of a situation. Can they capitalize on it?
Oh, I'd say that's a capitalization all day long. Niagara University taking game number 1, 4-2-3 in an overtime situation. Another 1:10 purchased of Rocket League at the end there, Soy.
Yeah, and that's a huge win. I mean, Niagara knows that they really got away with it right at the end. Yep. And, it's just great capitalization right off the end. That pass off the corner, it's easy to just kind of throw it into the corner and see where the ball goes towards the middle, right? But to get it there specifically just for that aerial shot and then to get enough speed on it over top of the defender, great execution by Niagara.
Yeah, and all of that there is a much easier said than done situation when you're talking about playing against a team like Siena. They were in the lead for 80% of this game,
Right off the
right?
bat, I think the first half of the game, at
Wait, no, hang
least,
on.
they
No,
were,
sorry. They were up the entirety of this game, right? Niagara was never actually up in regular time, right? They were tied
no,
at
yeah,
best. They were
yeah,
tied at
it was,
absolute best. They started out at 0. There was a little bit of time they spent at 2-2, and then obviously 3-3 there at there at the end. Not and then nothing. Yeah, like so what? What was that? What was the Super Bowl team? Yeah. So the Falcons lost 28-3 to the Patriots. Yes, that it
yeah.
was. And the Patriots were never in the lead the entire game until the very end, the double or single or double overtime. But yes, enough talking. We are behind schedule. We're trying to get us on in here. Excuse me. Siena College losing in game number 1, 2, 3-4. A very close game that went all the way down to the wire in overtime. An exciting one through and through. Niagara University trying to recreate that performance in game number 2.
And I mean, for both of these teams, this is a big matchup because later in the season, when we go through standings and seedings and, tiebreakers, these two teams, they're kind of right around each other. So this is a big game for them.
It really is. Now, talking about the past a little bit, while we still got 5 minutes on into this one, you look at the stats with me, my friend. Siena College, Niagara, Siena. Game number 1, lost 3-0 to Fairfield. Fairfield is a straight shooter. Game number 1, Niagara won 3-0 against Manhattan. Now talk to me about week number 2 while we have another few seconds.
Week number 2, you're looking for Niagara?
Niagara and Siena, yes sir.
Niagara and Siena.
Bottom. Both of them losing out 3-0.
I see, yeah, 3-0.
University of North Dakota. Fairfield taking out Niagara. So Fairfield is the one who put a 3-0 hurt on both of one of these teams, but just on paper and again a little bit even. That was a solid block on the other side. My cam was all the way on the other side of the field here, so that looked like it was going into me sewing.
Yeah, but great hustle to get back and make that play.
Stretching for it. So which what I said earlier, and I like my phrasing the way I said it, so I'm gonna recreate that one. You gotta go with what you know. You gotta throw what you know. You know.
Absolutely, and one of the things that I like, an adjustment here by Niagara, is they're using the backboard for a lot of these pass plays. We saw William and Mary in that very first set. A lot of the times they got stuck in the corner, and the corner really doesn't help you a lot of the time on offense. We saw it one corner pass work in that overtime goal. If you use that backboard, it's far more threatening. It's just a straight shot to the goal.
Doing no favors. What I was wowing a second ago, channeling my inner Owen Wilson, is Argill, who did it a minute ago, who played a perfect backboard of his own after picking up big boost, getting all the way around to it, blocking it out, or providing a backboard to that so the ball did go to a teammate. But just like that, goes the other way, they bring it back, and Argill takes advantage of the ball that he took just previously. Cool stuff.
And Siena knows, they had that game won. They had so many opportunities to score and could not put it away. So for the next 2 games, they know they can generate the opportunities. They just have to capitalize.
And that was 2, maybe 3 champions or grand champion level players whiffing at a ball. Not something you're going to see very frequently. Pablo putting this in corner. No, that is other side. That's Benos, who is doing a good job of cornering this out. Not Pablo. Rest of Niagara forced to get on top of this. That's decently angled, but not hitting true. 2 minutes 45.
Good redirect. They really caught the defense off guard there. They didn't expect it.
That is going to be frequently in the game, right? That sort of element of surprise. Seen a couple ninja goals coming out through here from very close action takes.
And that's kind of what Ost is known for on this Niagara team. When we talk about how, he's been like face of this team for the past, season and a half here, it's because of plays like that. He's the guy initiating these goal-scoring opportunities, and Pablo and Mitt, it's up to them to capitalize.
Yeah, kind of that point man, always willing to take advantage of a ball and its positioning, and any team is left unsuspecting. Wiley on the other side. I hear you. Mitt moving back actually on that one. It doesn't seem like Niagara is super confident on this push so far, and ball still is not really controlled by Blue quite yet. Yeah, after a half-hearted pushed by that one. Now rolling around. Lost on the other side. Got a little bit of an angle on it, but Ive McFallen doing a great job of keeping that ball alive, staying his box, his hitbox as far within the field.
Pressure for Niagara is coming off of one bad mistouch. You know, Sienna had the opportunity to clear, couldn't control the ball cleanly, and now it was headed the other way. But here's a steal, and now it's headed the other way for Sienna.
Yeah, that's Rocket League for you. Consistently change the possessions, yielding very erratic changes in ball trajectories. I think that's the nice wordy way to put that one. 111 across the top here, so still plenty of time to bring this one back, but as it is, scores it stands. Scores it stands. Niagara, yeah, if Sienna wins this, they'll be tying up 1-1 series. Oh, just a little bit too high. And that's Argyle keeping it alive. I thought that was Ive McFallen who was coming in. No, Ive McFallen on the other side here.
So it was both Argyle and McFallen had an opportunity at this ball, and they right beforehand they almost missed another open net. You saw that pass just get lofted over the top. Had an opportunity, and again a 2-goal lead for Sienna.
Yeah, talk to me, man. Give me a slice of that big brain. What is it that they're messing up on those shots?
I think it's the angle that they're taking to get there. You know, when you're taking an aerial, it's hard to kind of, once you launch yourself, it's hard to rotate yourself back around to the ball. So I think it's the initial angle on their jump that's causing them to whiff on some of these shots.
So just starting out the play at an inopportune place.
Yeah.
I get it. 2 scores, 12 seconds, tall order, Niagara University. Sienna looking like they're taking this one so far, and that block right there, unless we see a cross map before 0-0, will yield in a Sienna victory in game number 2. Grounded ball there towards the end. Sienna College knows how to get it done.
And good response from Sienna. You know, last game we said they had some opportunities, they couldn't capitalize. This one, yeah, they still missed an open net or two, but their defense looked much better. Niagara was, you know, shut down. I mean, Niagara had, what, that's 7 shots on goal and, you know, 7 saves the other way. So that's great adjustment from Sienna's defense.
Yep, I was bursting at the seams trying to get that one out. That is a crazy amount of saves. That is an insane amount of saves. 5 just for Beanos in a game that does not go to overtime, right? Like that was just 5 all the way out. I mean, there was only 2 breaks, right, from the scores.
Yeah, and to pitch a shutout too. That's, you know, after Ost and Mitt had so many opportunities, you know, the first game that they capitalized on, the defense of Sienna really, you know, shut down the gaps.
Yep, just showed up all day long. The simple fact that we went, there's an even amount of shots as well, that kind of speaks to our time of possession argument a little bit as well. It just kind of seemed like Sienna had possession of this ball a little bit more, was able to take it, maintain possession. At the end of that, we did, I think, see a little bit of a game plan shift to more of that that kind of keep away factor. You know, we're not up by 1, we can lose on a single shot from anywhere at any time. These players have shown that they can do that, but with a lead of 2, just a different story. A little bit of keep away, a little bit of less aggression in the last 30 seconds or so. They kept it, pushed it down. Now we have purchased ourselves a best of 3 after the tied up 1-1. Niagara taking the first and Sienna taking the second.
Yeah, and I should be a good game 3. I mean, we've talked about it now a couple times. You know, Sienna had opportunities. They put some home. They let others pass, and you know, the big adjustment was the defense. They closed down. They didn't give Niagara, even when Niagara had opportunities to shoot, they were able to shut it down. In this game, I'm looking for a little bit more boost control or I guess spacing. You know, Niagara, when they thrived on offense, Ost had space to work with. Pablo had space to work with. Mitt had space to work with. That's when they got all their shot opportunities. So if Sienna gets a little bit more aggressive, maybe goes for a few more bumps, more demos, that shot total is going to go from 7, which is kind of a lot, to, you know, maybe 4 or 5 shots. You know, that's more manageable.
Yep, probably not something quite so high. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting to the old new server now. Um, Spacing, simply allowing a little bit more yardage between you and the next man. That definitely comes into play with goal, but I do feel like, and your point was about in field of play, not so much in goal.
Right.
They could space out a little bit more in goal, but that's all. It's a tough act to kind of like balance there, right? Like you kind of like you constantly got those scales just going back and forth because of a team like shooting like Niagara University. The simple fact is they're going to be up and close, right up in that grill, right up in your face, consistently putting shot after shot up there. And so the simple act of defending them away is going to be tough enough. And so when you add kind of a secondary goal to that, which is just like kind of adding a little more spacing, I think that specifically don't do that for a goal. Everywhere else, listen to the man soy sauce here. He is named after a delectable, tasty condiment for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. It's because he's got that big brain in Rocket League. And those two things don't logically connect, and that's okay. But are you with me here, Soy? Are you into the lobby now?
It is searching. No, it's
EGF. See, the ending has another one. Just basically put a one on both of those ends. But that's going to be a-okay. Coming into this, I'll talk about the past a little bit more before we get into the present. I'm not talking Christmas. Niagara University. Yes, so Niagara came through in week number 1 with a 3-0 against Manhattan. Did lose to Fairfield. Siena did the same thing though, and Siena was not able to take their first map or their first round. Yeah, that was Fairfield. Excuse me, and then wasn't able to do it against North Dakota either. Now North Dakota is a absolute striker of a team. So, some assassins out here just killing dreams left and right. The University of North Dakota. Because I can imagine up there, it's a very, very wide state. Not a whole lot of people live here. I can imagine Rocket League probably up there on the list of fun things to do, right?
yeah. I mean, there's Rocket League. I think is, pretty widely known as there's plenty of regions that it's big in.
This is fair. This is fair. And a truly international game, and the fact that it can be played on a toaster does not hurt at all. And I'm not sure if actually we play on a real toaster. What I mean is like the technological requirements for the game are not very high. And that's awesome. That's good. And it can be played offline. Who would have guessed it? Land material stuff right here. 20 seconds in. Nobody quite yet. Oz from the top. Kind of gives it to Paulo there to make a bigger pop of the tide. Does not matter. Well, we got a Niagara University player doing crazy stuff in the back. I'm not really 100% sure what that wall play was about. Might have been a fake, a straight up fake by Pablo. Doesn't matter. Oz 117 coming in, slapping with that one in.
Great stuff by Niagara. Just a lot of pressure right in front of the net, using that backboard. Mick wins the challenge over top of, I missed which defender it was, but winning that challenge was so important because it opened the door for an easy punch-in.
Looking to get one of their own. That's Blue putting this up, buying their team a little bit of time to rotate with that pop-up, but always going to be dangerous, like my man Soy Sauce here said earlier. When you put this ball in front of your own goal. Almost corners it out against Niagara, but good job keeping us cool, right? Oz 117 on the other side, not going for that when he didn't need to.
So here's something. It talks about how for Siena, if they can cut down on the number of shots they're dealing with by being more aggressive, that would be great adjustment for them. I think Niagara took my advice because right now they are flying all over the pitch, challenging as much as they can.
Yeah, it really is. Challenging everything. Not giving up any yardage, not giving up an inch on this one. Back with it. A lot of pressure up the front. Ooh, Argyle actually pulls off of this one. It kind of seems like he might have had a better angle at that, but again, maybe theory crafting at its worst at this point. 3 minutes, 15 seconds into this one. High flying Ost coming through here, trying to get something done closer to the other side. Easier said than done though again. Beano's, nice tap.
You can tell Niagara's kind of struggling to get the ball out of their own zone here.
I really like what the pressure has done. I think Siena College has kind of realized, that hole in the armor, right? The, oh man, what was the Star Wars thing? What was the service? Was it a service ramp or something that was left open on the Death Star? I'm not sure.
I know what you're trying to get at, but I do think you're right. It's, if we just keep the pressure up, eventually you can boost Starve Niagara here.
Yeah, exactly. And players, both sides, both teams, have taken that negative effect from not having any boost, nothing to do with it, and just playing aggressively. Again, I think will continue on with Niagara. Oh, Argo, looking like he was coming in on a goal on that one, but perfect angle. Gets this one far and away. Another receive on the other side. Pablo trying to keep this on the side of blue as Oz comes through with the man hand on this one. Seeing it flying now over on orange side. Now Mitt popping this over. Argyle receives again, so blue has possession for the time being. That's the first tap. Vinos goes for the second and misses. Oz is going to take those away 10 times out of 10 when you put them up like that. Corner in, corner out, Pablo. Nicely done.
I mean, it's all up to Argyle to make this stop. He's the only guy back. What a huge bump coming through there. I believe that was Mitt off the corner to make that play.
Yeah, the defender bounced away. That was awesome. They got hit, challenged, put away, and he just like left to sit there and watch what was happening to his team. A horrible situation indeed. Rounded round, Ian, no, not Ian, Ive getting that one, getting demolition for his aggression. Vehicle manslaughter will be remedied about 2.5 seconds later. Now he's back, come flying in. Oh, just a little bit too much oomph on that as Ive McFallen trying to come back with a message for him after getting demolished.
So I think the car hitbox betrayed him there. There's two major hitboxes. There's the Octane hitbox, which is the taller car, and players like Vinos use the Dominus, which is flatter. McFallen is using the Sentio, which has the Dominus hitbox. It's a flatter hitbox, which means you can get more power behind your shot. And right there, I think he got too much power on it, and it ended up just getting too much loft and going straight up.
I'm with it, yeah. Song sung 1,000 times over, but Argyle likes the tune. 1-2 is now Sienna put up their first in this match, in this map, excuse me. Now Niagara did get shut out 0-2 on game number 2, but this is not the same game by any means. Still incredibly competitive. Sienna still has a shot at this, Soy.
Yeah, I mean, 50 seconds is plenty of time to work with. Plus, you got 0 time if you can keep the ball in the air. So, you know, maybe if they can get a little bit of possession, but Austin's trying to say no. Great chance there.
No go, bro. That's the answer. Cornered. Argyle, nicely done to avoid the own goal by Ive McFallen. The accidental pinch coming through here to put that one on board. That would have been happy for Niagara University, but Sienna still in this one. Rounding round, Ive receiving that pass out to Argyle. Argyle gets it off the last stand. Tom Hanks on the bridge in the last little bit of Saving Private Ryan. He falls, dedicates the body, sacrifices the body to the action for the greater good. I love it. 7 seconds, rounding in. This is against Niagara's side. 4 seconds, they do have 0 time. Gets tapped out. No ball, no grounded ball quite yet. Take it away, Pablo! Knocks that towards the middle. Not gonna matter. That was even decently on point. Doesn't matter. No extra time for you, my friend. Niagara University taking game 3, 2-1.
And you could tell right at the end there, Sienna started to get a little desperate on defense. They knew they were short on time. They knew that they had to make a play. You saw a double commit come out, but eventually all they could really do was clear the ball downfield. Aside from that, they couldn't gain possession in that last couple of seconds. Great stuff by Niagara to keep up the pressure, keep the ball on the offensive side of the field.
Yeah, I always want to keep it over there. They always say, like, defense is the best offense. That's the exact opposite for Rocket League. Offense is the best defense, especially a situation like that. You always want to be able to put yourself in a situation, on a certain rotation, into which you can score from. Very, very close matchup here. 2-1 for Sienna. 2-1 for Niagara, excuse me. Sienna has taken the one. We have purchased ourselves extra Rocket League. We're in game number 4, and if Sienna ties this, we'll be going the distance to that game number 5. Basically a best of 1 at the very end of the series. Now, even this, we could talk about numbers all day long. Doesn't really matter because they're pretty much the same. Saves, shots within 1 or 2, I think, or so, with a lot of extra time in that game as well. So, very impressive by Niagara to have both kept the ball alive for as long as they needed to and then grounded out, just realized when it's time to go.
Well, one of the interesting facts about that game was Niagara was actually outshot. They only had 4 shots on goal to Sienna's 6. Sienna still had plenty more opportunities to score, and Niagara has been the one answering the bell more often.
Yeah, it's just it's quality shots, right? Now, speaking of quality shots, you can't speak about quality shots without Argil82 hearing the word, his ears pricking up like an elf, and just getting right in there with our score.
Yeah, and this one's on Niagara. Someone's got to get to that ball in the corner, and I think Mitt was there, but he didn't have any boosts, so he kind of hesitated and allowed Argil to just rush in and dunk on him.
Yep. Right in the face as well, never going to feel good. Beano's on the other side, he's with Argil, so Blue's had plenty of time to rotate. Blue, that's Sienna, of course, and left up here, just to be clear. Rusty, Manhole, now been the sub now for Ive McFallen. No subs for the side of Niagara, correct?
No, same lineup for the Purple Eagles.
Yes, the Purple Eagles, that's Niagara and Orange. all that makes sense somewhere, I promise. Argil now cornered. He does have a little bit of flack on the other side. Ball comes back. Oh, Beano's with the attack! Oh, down low! I call it a low and slow blow, but only because that rhymes. That was a fast low blow on this one. Fantastic performance by Beano's. He gets on top of it, but doesn't hit. It's just so much easier to get the wrong angle, right? Once you're coming on top instead of just knees and running along the ground, right?
Yeah, it's a great job by him to catch that and just have it roll off his car, basically off that punch. You can use, the flat edge of the car to just basically roll. Oh my, and he's not done.
Beano's looking spicy. 105 kilometers on this one.
And
Tasty
Niagara,
goal.
they're on the back foot. Look at all the pressure that Sienna has mounted just by getting these clears, forcing them into their back corner, forcing them into their own net. And all of a sudden, it's only been a minute 20 and it's 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, look, Soy. The very beginning of game one, that's the only other situation where you even saw 3 goals get scored in a minute and 15, and that was between the two teams. This is all Sienna, driver's seat, foot on the pedal, cruise control on, literally all the gas and driving puns and metaphors that you want to go for them. Sienna's on top right now.
Yeah, and you can see.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought he was going to do it to him again, dude.
You saw it too, how that could have gone so wrong for Sienna.
I think angled to the left a little bit more,
Niagara.
especially. Yeah, no, angled to the left a little bit more, especially given how fast that was coming, yielding from the player interactions there, would have been completely unblockable. Might have had a dream about that one future where you could block it, but that's the only place where.
One day.
One day. That was one of the faster ones coming in. Literally, if Niagara hadn't had a player there already, there was no getting to that period. It was just simply too fast.
Aussie was there. Great read by Argil.
Cornered it out. Argil trying to take this one out. I have to wonder if Ost 117 tag is like a reference to Spartan 117, like the Halo series. I really hope that it is, because I have a lot of good memories playing those games.
Maybe.
Ost 117 counts for it. Sorry?
Maybe. I honestly do not know.
Oh, not a Halo guy, Soy?
I did not own an Xbox.
Well, hey. Never mind. That would be mean. I'm just playing around. 2 minutes 11 seconds. 4 up. Sienna. Yeah, just really is dominating right now.
Yep. And for Niagara, I think all that Sienna has done they upped the pace of the game. They got a little more aggressive, started winning some more challenges here and there. And if you're Niagara, you have to find a way to answer. You can't whiff on the ball anymore. It has to be clean touches.
That is the equivalent of volleyball ball landing in the middle of 4 players right there. Like, literally, it bounces up right there. It's not that far away from Niagara University's goal. Wow, okay, so Ost actually doesn't even go for this one. There's no way he could tell that angle was not true unless he wasn't using ball cam. I really hope this isn't the Niagara University squad that's kind of given up here in game number 4 just because they're down.
Well, I think the comms are a bit off. I think he got called off of that one, and then they're just late on this one. Argil, he's up way before and has a perfect shot on net.
Perhaps so. Again, possibly theory crafting at its worst. There's no way to get inside players' heads. Now that's the next level of commentary where I can literally say what players are thinking at the time as they're doing it and just say it in a big, flowery, booming voice that sounds better than they do, because that's what I do. There you go. I get a smile but no chuckle on out of Soy here. 1 minute 20 seconds.
Time.
There you go. 1 minute 20 seconds. 6 scores left. That would be requiring of what, a score every 15 seconds for the side of Niagara, and that's just a tie, y'all.
Yeah,
Quick math.
we've been saying it all game. This has been Sienna just putting their foot on the gas and not letting go.
Really is. Cruise control on. They're getting great gas mileage. They're happy about it. They are winning. Mitt taking 1. 5 scores now separating them between a Game 4L and a tie situation that would be hyped as hyped gets.
I think there was a miscue here from Sienna because Argyle went up for an aerial and then the ball just kind of stayed on the ground and Mitt was able to get to the ball first and just punch it home over top of the last defender.
Indeed. Indeed.
It just looked very, very awkward. You never really see, someone start their aerial to go up and then immediately like dip their nose back down.
Yeah, right. Just almost contradictory moves at that point, right?
Mm.
Yeah. 7-1. This one going back to our situation earlier, but a lot to be said for Niagara not getting shut out of a second game tonight. 7-1. If it ended right now, but 50 seconds is enough time to score. It is technically enough time to score 6 times. It's just
highly unlikely to say the
traversing
least.
Everest,
Yeah.
summiting Mount Everest. That'll be equivalency of difficulty, and I can't really say that. I went to base camp Mount Everest once. That was pretty difficult, and also took me weeks. The simple analogy there does not line up because one take 30 seconds, one takes weeks. It was a fun time too. We're getting super random here. The EGF last little few seconds, 20 seconds or so. Pops in, pops out. Argyle putting another one up. 8-1, 19 seconds. And this being a game 4 and Sienna up 2-1. I do believe we've put a nice little bow on top of this present of a match.
That was a nasty juke. He juked 2 defenders there.
Hey, don't talk about it. He's right there. Our producer's name is Jude, guys.
Still, that one honestly caught me.
There you go. I finally get one. Uncontrollable laughter by the man Soy. I've been looking for it this entire time, and now the last 10 seconds of this map, I get it, finally.
But where is Niagara's defense? They're all over the place.
They're
9
post
goals?
game. They're in the locker room. I mean, that's fair. At this point, this was 1 minute and 10 left, and they scored once to put this score difference to 5. Like, don't be giving those up. At least don't let the tug see you doing that. But now
for the rest of, we saw a game. The first 3 games of this series were all very close, and Sienna had a couple of opportunities that they didn't capitalize on, but it was only ever 2 or so. This is 9-1. This is a huge statement win.
Yeah. Especially to round out a game 4. There was no game 5 situation. It's almost just like, Sienna had the skills to pay the bills to eventually be like, well, we're going to give you guys up a map, just make it seem like a little bit closer. You're not going to a game 5, my friends, but we're going to go to the game 4, and then we're going to score more than Niagara did in their entire 4 games.
And
they scored. Niagara scored 7 times over 4 games, and then 9 Sienna. The last is 9 is more than 7. I'm pretty sure about that one.
Yeah, and what's even more impressive of note, the sub for Sienna. If you look, he's on the bottom of the scoreboard still. So it was Argyle and Beano's,
you're right, actually.
just capitalizing time and time again. Now, sometimes the scoreboard isn't always indicative of.
No. This is very interesting, right? But, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Please finish.
No, you're right. But I just do think it is interesting because sometimes the scoreboard isn't always very telling. If some player wins a challenge, they don't always get the assist off it. But still, it is the staple players of Argyle and Beanos making the plays.
It really, really is. So that's kind of where I wanted to take this. You kind of started my thought here. So we talk about too many cooks in the kitchen, right? perhaps at the end of the day, there was, I think Fallon was doing a great job, but perhaps at the end of the day, that's what Rusty Manhole is doing, is just simply getting out of the way a little bit more. I'm not saying that Beanos or Argul are better necessarily, but we obviously just saw what they can do when it's mostly those two playing up on ball a little bit more. Rusty Manhole simply had lower stats and played with the ball a little bit less. Beanos and Argul are led to do what they want to and put up 4 goals apiece.
And sometimes that's just the what a clean rotation gives you. Oh no. Well, clean rotation doesn't really matter when you mistouch it into your own net. That is just unfortunate for Niagara. Still only a 1-goal lead, with 30
I'm sorry
seconds to
about
go.
that. I didn't realize I was muted still. Now I want to don't want to bag on Niagara too much now, but almost a minute into this one, this is the stat. Niagara University has scored twice. Once against Siena, once against himself.
Yeah,
Not even a smile from Soy on this one. Okay. Mid 97, taking this one. Go ahead.
No, I am going to. Sorry, I was having trouble hearing the game audio. I have game audio on it. It's very loud, so now I can hear you a bit better. That's on. That's
You couldn't
that's on
hear me
me. This is
before?
settings.
That's a
I could still.
fate
I could
worse
still
than
hear
death.
you. I could still hear you, but sometimes if a demo happened,
I got you. The explosion screams from a burning car.
Yeah, that would do it.
Indeed. Cornered, Argul nailing this one in. 2 shots, 1 goal. Let's take a look at these numbers here. That's, so he's the only one with shots. Actually, that's Beanos, yes, because of the own goal earlier. That makes sense. Mitz put himself up a save on this one, but 90 seconds in. Niagara, you're not out of this one quite yet. Last game, it makes sense to have given that up, 60 seconds or so, down 9, but not out of this one quite yet.
No, they do have to start getting aggressive, though. 3:30 is still plenty of time, but we've seen what Siena can do. When they push the pace of the game, when they control the ball, I mean, already down 2 goals, it's a tough task.
It is indeed a tough task to tackle. Other assorted alliterations with that FPI. I don't know. 3 minutes 8, Oss receiving this one cornered. Argul, excuse me. Receiving this one. Yeah, rotation's back, but Alist actually kind of gives Blue the time to rotate even more. Mitt is there, but Mitt doesn't get on the other side of this one. Let's rewatch this. My angle was not providing it much information.
This is one you have to have. And Mitt's, so Mitt comes out a little bit thinking that I believe Pablo was going to get another touch on that ball, maybe, win a challenge or something. But in the end, he lost it. It got floated up. He has to rotate back, and it's not easy to, change your car direction that quickly. To go from back to forward, you have to either do a quick half flip or drive in reverse, all the way around. Pull a 180. Great save.
Were you done with your point? I'm sorry.
No.
I thought. I mean, it's a very, very good point. It just sounded like you had more. I'm sorry. It's a very, very, very good point. It's just simply hard to do that. The angle of his car too, like where he was in flip, had it been 10 degrees more, right? Like, you're looking at
if he had any more time.
Yep. 2 minutes 10. Pablo trying to get on top of this one, but Argul, all the boost in the world, has gotten there. Nice touch back from the side of Niagara. Still giving this, and at the end of the day, what this does is buy them time. Rusty Manhole going flying in the wind on this one. Easy takeaway by Pablo. Comes back to Argul. He's still keeping this offensive pressure there. Mid up. Oh no, it's going to be teammate getting that one. Mid out. He tapped it, I think, and that gave it the necessary block away. Perfect shot onto the corner, and now batted out. Niagara University. Pablo hitting on a defender in that one. I'm not talking flirting. Beano, coming out. Mid receiving. Rusty Manhole trying to get over there. Up and into it is Oss taking this one. Wall ball for the time being as Pablo comes flying in. Hits with the opponent on this one. Sensor flying. Argul now receiving that one. Big hit off the top as Rusty Manhole and everybody's flying. Everybody's leaving everything out on the field tonight.
And Oh no, you have to be able to make a touch there. He got faked out. What a juke here. Rusty goes up for it and then just waits and flips away and just leaves it for Beanos. And that makes it very difficult for Niagara.
I think you can see my soul hurting over here. I've been on the receiving end of one of those ankle breakers. That was about as good as it gets. Argyle, speaking of about as good as it gets, that was a received pass that was about as good as it gets as well. Rusty Manhole trying to keep that one alive as well.
Niagara thanking the fourth man, the crossbar, for that save.
Oh yes, oh yes. Mid up, perfect angle on that one. Anything different, he would have had it hitting his own goal again. Argyle over. Argyle has a solid shot to the right. Was decently open, but angle not true. Hits the side, comes back out. 30 seconds, 4-0, not looking likely.
Yeah, and Niagara's low on boost too.
And over, Pablo trying to keep this in the corner. Bino's out, Ost over to teammate on the side, that's Mitt, who's trying to receive that, but still on it and still trying to take goals is this blue squad. That was a decent trajectory, but Bino's is right there. Sienna, again, continuing to take a lot of value from these appropriate rotations. 4-0, that's the score. Might be one different. 4-0, that's the score. Thanks, guys. Siena College putting a bow on top of this one. 3-2, that one going the distance, Soy.
Yeah, big win for Siena. As we talked about later in the standings, or later when standings come into play, this will be an important tiebreaker, and great adjustments by Siena. When it came down to it, they started to capitalize on a couple of mistouches by Niagara.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this was a decently close game until games 4 and 5, right? Running through these scores here again for you. Game number 1 went down to the wire. We spent a minute 10, I think it was, in overtime. 4-3 That's the victory for Niagara University. Siena College coming back, putting up their first skunk onto Niagara University in the game number 2, the 2-0. Swinging back was Niagara game 3 in a 2-1. And that's where things went haywire if you're a Siena College fan. Or if you're a Niagara University fan, excuse me. Siena College coming through with a 9-1 stomp. I said it before and I'll say it again, especially because Niagara University didn't score anything in game number 5. 9 scores, single game is more than all the scores that Niagara University put up against 5 games tonight. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, anything else for the good people here before we go on and get a short break going before we start our next game here on the EGF official Rocket League channel?
No, I mean, good stuff to both these teams. Siena, congrats on the win, and I'm looking forward to this next matchup. This one's going to be good.
Yes, sir. We got schedules, everything else up on our websites and more. You can check those out. Join the Discord and get informed on there. I'm FBI Tubba. You can check me out on Facebook. Whew. This is esports. Twitter on FBI_tugboat. My man Soy Sausaurus on Discord, but his Twitter is
Soyson J Sport. Soisson J and then Sport.
There you go. I was going to say you're going to have to spell that one out for the good people. This is the official EGF. That's Electronic Gaming Federation Twitter now, or Twitch. Now, there's going to be more Rocket League on this channel. I am transferring on the other one, cast with somebody else. I do really appreciate it. I had a great time casting with her the first time, Soy.
Yeah.
Shout out as well.
Absolute pleasure working with you.
My man. Shout out as well to Juke over there in production. He came in and even cast with us for a little while the software hardware issues were deeming Soy not fit. We must be punished. The ghosts in the system have to go after him for some reason. Because stuff just happens. It's nobody's fault by any means. It's just the ghost in the system. I don't know.
It is Halloween. It is getting
exactly 10 days away from it. So moving along here. We are behind schedule, unfortunately. Stay tuned. They'll be back with you. I'll be on the other channel. Be back soon.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the EGF Collegiate Rocket League we have going on right now. Excited to get this match going with you guys. Looks like we're going to have, is this Georgetown versus Marquette? Am I reading that right?
Yep.
Yeah, Georgetown and Marquette. I believe a Big East matchup coming up here, so always exciting to see that coming on.
Yes, and as I look back at the schedule, I know that I believe Marquette fell in week 1 to Butler University 3-1. So looking to rebound from that loss at least.
Right. Definitely looking to rebound from that loss and trying to get something going. Both these teams really need to kind of establish themselves. If I'm remembering correctly, I think Georgetown has looked like a team that's pretty solid this year. So excited to see them play. And again, loving to see all this competition that we're getting here in the season 2 of EGF. It's really been a blast to be able to bring it to you guys week in and week out. And here we are in our 4th match of the day out of 6. Is that correct, Jude? I think so.
Yeah, that's
7. Okay, 7. So plenty of more action to go down the line here. So teams are going to be getting in soon, and we're about to get this action to you. We'll have Georgetown in the blue, Marquette in the orange, and excited to start this one out. Soy, how you feeling, man?
I am feeling good. My audio issues seem to be fixed, and I'm ready for some fun Rocket League. So.
And fun Rocket League we're about to have. We're having JFG, Nito Burrito, and Son of a Car on the Marquette University side, and for Georgetown, looks like Delirious Joker, Heracles, and Kuko. Again, a team that looked really good, but Nito Burrito coming out, not even let me finish the announcements for the rosters, and just coming in over the top to score on a dunk here. Man, beating a Delirious Joker out quickly.
That was such a huge first initial challenge. You saw, I believe, one of the blue defenders hit it right into the challenging player that allowed that aerial to happen in the first place.
Yeah, I believe so, man. It was kind of an unfortunate center mid, but maybe a chance to equalize it. Kuko is going to have it himself right here. A great take from him. You see this ball almost gets cleared out. JFG tries to get around it and behind it, but Kuko takes a great angle to come across the side of it to make sure that it goes into the goal.
Yeah, JFG expected this ball to even reach him because there were 2 players on the sidewall right there. He expected one of them, I think, to get a touch on it, but it falls to him, and he falls prey to a dunk.
That he does, man. Here we go. Coming out, Heracles down the side into Son of Car. Tries to get it to the backboard. We have a double commit here. This could be an opportunity for Marquette to transition out, but they don't take it just yet. Decide to play it a little bit slower, and it's worked out in the possession sense right now. Nito towards the net, not powerful enough to get past Kuko, and he's got it with a transition attack coming the other way.
Good reaction there by Kuko. I think he thought his defensive partner was going to get in front of that one, but smart play by him to still be in rotation, get in front of that.
Yeah, it really was. Great play from him. But now a chance here. JFG passing Son of Car. Looking for a shot. Not going to be there just yet. Delirious Joker down the sideline. Gets one flip over the top. Can't get it past another. Coming towards the side. A little bit of a pitch. He's got a good spot for his shot here, and they're going to beat it out. Yet again, Marquette coming in over the top for the high angle shots. JFG with a great pass, and Heracles can't recover with his little boost as he has. Tries to get up to challenge it, but just not going to be able to get it.
Yeah, you said it best. JFG's touch on the ball to make that pass, absolutely brilliant. He put it to where only his partner could get it.
He really did it right there, and that was fantastic stuff. We're seeing some back and forth action from these teams. No one really pulling away just yet, but Son of Car, he's got a chance. Maybe a redirect. No, it's actually just going to be Son of Car, and we're looking at Georgetown right now, leaving this back end open a little bit, Soy.
Yeah, no one back here as this challenge comes out super early, and for Son of Car, he's just up there first to it. JFG crossing that goal line, either going for a redirect or going for a demo. Either way, it was going to work out. No one was back.
No one back right here, and I think Georgetown's starting to try to just cheat up a little bit too soon. And right here, we're seeing parallel horizontally from Georgetown, and that's going to give up a little bit of the midfield possession. Have to rely on the third man to make a great challenge, and it's kind of hard to get your rotations going if you're going to be this far up together. But right now, not getting punished too hard for it.
it's going to be tough to gain possession too. You know, you talk about when teams are kind of backed into their own corner, they just try and clear the ball out to regroup themselves. That just gives possession right back to the other team. And if throwing it off the sidewall, that doesn't really help either. Same kind of scenario.
Yeah, it really does. But right here, we've got a little bit of possession going from Marquette up to the sidewall. Son of Car sees Nito, but Nito, it gets a little bit high. Just, I think, maybe a block on that one. Unfortunate, not able to find the backboard, but a good beat from Son of Car here. Does he have the boost to get up and win this? And he does! Uses every single bit of it to beat the challenging defender. And yet again, you can see the defenders from Georgetown not quite back to defend the net.
And that's just the reach of the Dominus coming through. In an Octane, you might miss that one. Not a whole lot of length on that car, but great stuff there.
Great stuff indeed from these guys. You definitely love to see it. Come around the side, Joker tries to find this middle. He's not going to have it. Oh, that's an unfortunate touchdown. It's going to have to be Heracles to really play to his name and be Hercules on this back line back here. Try to get something cleared out, but still no space yet. Marquette just backs off a bit. Plays it down the field. Trying to find something in the corner, but right now, so I think time is on their side. You can see that in their gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes is still plenty of time, but when Marquette has all the possession and all the momentum, you can tell 2 minutes is going to go by very quickly.
Very, very quickly indeed. But is it, oh, almost a shot attempt yet again. Georgetown still trying to find their defensive rotations here in this first game. Long series ahead, plenty of time to correct it. We know that they have the ability to do that. But right now, Marquette coming down, gets a shot on. Heracles going to have to make a heroic save. He does, just off the post yet again. Caught just a little bit out of position, but uses his mechanics to make up for it.
Yeah, and the shots are coming through so fast for Marquette that if you're Georgetown, you just got to be there quicker. They're upping the pace of the game. You have to be able to match it.
Yeah, you really do. It's not being matched quite just yet. As we're seeing GFG, oh, he had a chance there. I don't think he expected that whiff, but a good challenge on the corner. Nito Burrito here just throwing it at the net, trying to keep this ball in the blue half. Doing a good job of it so far. This ball living in this corner. Finally going to be cleared out center with no one there. That's dangerous. This could go, and that is the danger of centering a ball if you don't know that your teammate is there for it.
Just a little too eager for Marquette, and using that corner can be so dangerous because it leads to situations like this. You use that corner to try and center it. It's just whoever gets to the ball first. And right there, Georgetown was the first person there, able to just center it right down the middle of the field, no one back.
Yeah, that is what happened. You had the third man back right there, sort of as the guy that has to come up as the second man went for boost and got caught in a little bit of no man's land, not knowing if he needs to go up and challenge it or wait back on it. Now, Joker, oh, he's got an open net. Are they going to be able to bring this within one with 22 seconds? A game that looked like it was getting out of hand, where Marquette with a 4-1 lead, 15, 20 seconds ago, now down to 1 goal. Can they hold on for this last 22 seconds?
I don't know if this juke was intentional, but it worked out brilliantly because that defender goes, speeding by and ends up grabbing boost and being out of position instead.
That they do, man, and like you said, that juke, maybe not intentional, but it's going to happen to Son of Car yet again, just getting in front of the net. The only guy back was Kuko for Georgetown for most of this, and I mean, Heracles with an attempt, but still, where is this back end for Georgetown?
Well, right there, I think the first guy tries to make a challenge on the ball and then runs out of boost, and he's just caught way out of position. Defense has to hustle back, and they just don't have the resources to get back in time.
They did not, and really, that's going to cost them right here because no chance really to tie this game up as time expires. We're going to see Marquette winning this one 5-3. Great game one from them coming out to put a statement on this match.
Yeah, and you saw time of possession just completely in Marquette's favor. I mean, 12 shots. JFP didn't even have a shot that game, and yet still they put up 5 goals, and Georgetown just caught in their net on their back half most of the time. But as we pointed out multiple times, that back line just was not ready.
No, it looked like they were a little bit over eager to get on the offensive end there, and that can happen at times to teams, and especially in that first game as they're trying to figure things out. But right now, gonna go down a game here in this set, but you saw some life in them right there at the end, where they were able to bring that back to a 1-goal game with 22 seconds left, and that's the momentum I think they're going to hope to take forward going here into game 2.
Yeah, and I'm looking for Marquette specifically. If they're going to go this aggressive, I'm wondering when will the demos and bumps start to come out, because that's how they can really put this game away.
Yeah, I would agree. If they can really start to mess up that rotation on the back end, I mean, you've got Marquette or Georgetown team that was leaving the back end open. If you start knocking them out of the rotation while they're doing that, it's going to give you some scoring opportunities. But Georgetown here starting to take a little bit of the offense, trying to get some scoring opportunities of their own. Did not see a lot of possession, I don't think, in the last game. But right here, a mistake on the back wall is going to lead to a goal. This one cleared high to the back wall, and it looked like it was, who is this here? Delirious Joker, just not fast enough.
Yeah, and sometimes reading off the back wall when you're driving back towards your own net, it's a tough angle to read. Judging that speed of the ball, judging the loft, how you're going to hit it off the wall. It's a tough play to make, but against Marquette, you're going to have to make those types of plays.
Yeah, great quality teams here. They're going to be able to get these reads off the backboard, especially when you leave an easy one like that. But like you said, it's tough. You're kind of in a no man's land situation, because what's harder than reading it right there when you go up the wall is trying to read it when it bounces off the wall. So really not much Joker could do there. Now, Son of Carr getting down. He's got another back wall read, and he had it. Joker missed it this time, but not going to get the shot on target. No boost to get above it. And that's one he's definitely going to want to add back, but I think he did not anticipate the whip right there.
And that's twice now that Son of Carr has been found in that exact same position with almost the same type of shot. If you're Georgetown, you have to make the adjustment. You cannot give Son of Carr that much space.
You really cannot. You got to start challenging these balls in the front field. You can't let balls go untouched to your backboard if you're not going to have people back waiting on it. You've got to get some challenges early on these balls. We'll see right here as a challenge comes in from Heracles, trying to get that play style up. He gets the shot, and it's going to be followed up by Kuko. A double commit coming out from Marquette opens the net up.
Kuko's going to get the credit for the goal, but this was all set up by Heracles. Great challenge at the midfield, and then he beats two defenders, a double commit right there along the sidewall. Great stuff by him.
Yeah, really, really great stuff by him, but unfortunate not going to be able to, unfortunate for Marquette not going to be able to withstand the double commit there. Like you said, Heracles made it such a strong play on it. It really made the team decide to double commit and go for the ball to try to block it, but not going to be there. But here, that was dangerous, putting the ball on the top of your car like that in front of the net. Could easily have led to a goal. Gets away with one there, and now Nito Burrito, bending around the ball, is able to actually win this one despite that turn. And now Son of Carr, can he do this in the air? What's the follow-up going? No, it's going to be JFG back down to him, but no! The miss, he tried to hit his nose with it, but he just missed it.
Cleese on the back line there for Georgetown was hung out to dry. He got away with one right there off a whiff.
That he did. Now a great read from Nito Burrito, up early, but just a little bit high on the ball. Lower, and he puts that one in the net, but the bounce shot goes high. But the pressure not over for Marquette. Still bouncing. A great cross middle. Nito Burrito not going to be able to get there. JFG challenges on the back wall. He's got a center going. Delirious Joker towards the sidewall, and a great 50 from him to relieve his team of that pressure. Maybe give them a chance to get some boost here.
Yeah, huge challenge win. I mean, that was 3 or 4 shots at least from Marquette.
Yeah, able to stop that attack. Really, that's what you're looking for here. And now it's a good challenge middle. Kuko's up for it early, but he was looking at 50. Not going to be there, but Heracles there to clean it up for him. Cuts early, does Kuko, but he can't get it past Son of Carr. Stays in the corner, though, for Heracles, who has boost. Has it high to the backboard. Can anyone get there? Double commit up. Heracles has to make good contact here towards the middle. And looks like the attack is starting to die out for Georgetown, or is it? Yeah, going to be cleared out to the midfield. And a couple of quality chances there. They just could not find that second person to put the shot on target.
couple of chances, but here's the issue. The ball was stuck in the corner. All these passes from the mid are so easy to, or passes towards the mid off the corner are so easy to read for the defense.
Yeah, really one of the first things you learn how to do in Rocket League is read that ball off the corner for a pass. It's really the only way you pass the ball in the lower ring. So everyone at this level knows how, but who cares, man? I guess we'll just pass it around the corner on the back wall if you're going to be JFG here and get up to this one as quickly as he does.
I want the smoke screen actually played a part here because that demo happened immediately after, but regardless, a huge, smart play by JFG to go up for it anyway because that ball ended up in the only place that he could get it and the defenders couldn't.
Yeah, only place that he really could, and that was fantastic stuff. Now, some car, oh, wow, that one almost poked its way in there. That pinch off that top wall really, ended up being a pass, but that one could have very easily bounced in. And now, open net opportunity, maybe Nito. Can he make this screen? No. Gets a little bit challenged. Doesn't have the boost to get over the top of it the way he wants, but still a decent opportunity for him alone in the front end to stall for his team. You're seeing now as they set up the rotation to try to keep the pressure going.
And Nito had that opportunity, but it was just such a tough angle to cut with not a lot of boost to work with.
Really was. Now 9 seconds left. Can Georgetown bring some last-minute magic into it? They've got two players with a lot of boost. Kuko not much on his own, and he's on the back line. And the ball is going to be, it would have been a goal, but Georgetown just unable to really find any offense besides that one opportunity that they had that they scored on, which was a fantastic effort from Heracles. But overall there, they were struggling to really get any kind of possession.
And once again, Marquette, once they put their foot on the gas, it was, all them. Aside from, we said, Heracles made one great play, won two big challenges, and was able to set up that goal. But JFG, Son of Car, they all played aggressive and got the job done.
Yeah, they really did. And I want to say JFG, I think, played really well right there. Was solid all around for the team. And I think his scoreline shows that well. Right, an assist, a goal, and a save. Really in the right spot for his team at the right time. Whenever they needed him to be there. 100% goal participation. You're going to take that all the time. So,
yeah,
good stuff from them. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, my apologies. But yeah, no, Son of Car, I think when he gets going on offense, sometimes there is just no stopping him because you see how aggressive he got very early in the game. I believe he had the first goal and the first shot of the game. He was, the guy initiating this Marquette offense.
Yeah, he really was, and he did a really good job, I think, of doing that. But gotta be able to balance that on the back end, and Marquette's been able to do that well because so many times you talk about offensive players and look at their inability on the back end. As JFG almost balled the entire team with the dribble move, but Son of Car's not really done that just yet. He's done pretty well defensively as he gets bumped here, but he's going to be able to settle it. Now he might have an open net. Can he get it there past Kuko, who's just spawned in? Not quite a great save from Kuko.
Three big opportunities to score there, and the defense, great job of hustling back to make the play.
Oh, but JFG going to come in here off of who you said, the Catalyst, Son of Car, able to get quickly to this one, beat out Kuko. Now it's just Heracles and one-on-one with somebody having a challenge. You like your odds with that shot, and JFG just slots that one home.
Yeah, Son of Car, great pass, and JFG there to capitalize on it. I think he felt robbed as he almost had that goal right off the bat.
He really did. I thought he was going to dribble through the team, but it got just a bit out of control for him. But here we go. Georgetown trying to play this mid, looking for someone, but Heracles has to back out of this last man back, trying to learn from their mistakes in the first game and keep someone held back a little bit, but no, that one's going to be an open net. The Joker's going to have to come dashing in from the corner. Yet again, we're seeing this net kind of being left unprotected by Georgetown, and they're having to scramble back to make saves.
One of the big things here is Marquette is using all the space that they're given. A lot of this offense is starting right from midfield, right on that line. They're chipping up, they're punching it down in, forcing Georgetown to make plays defensively, forcing them to choose who's going to challenge.
Yeah, they really are, and that's part of what you want to do pretty much in any game. You need to put both yourself and really the opponent in a position where they have to make a decision. and hope that you're picking right. You know, a lot of games, and especially this, you know, it's kind of a rock, paper, scissors style mentality here. You try to put them in a bad situation to force their options and cover it with something that's better. And right now, Marquette doing a pretty good job of that.
And the space management too. Just when they get the ball up, they control it. They get good first touches to set up dribbles, set up passes. They're using everything given to them. Give an inch, take a mile.
Yeah, they really are. Now Nito Burrito on the back wall. Oh, that's a miss right there. Could be dangerous, but JFG sure as always in the position to save his team out. But a great pass here. That could have been a goal. Kuko couldn't get the power on it. Is this going to go in? Yes, it is, right in the left side of the goal. And this is the problem. Here's a chance for the team, but Kuko just a bit too up to be able to get around this ball and score it.
Yeah, awkward angle right off of his launch trajectory means he can't get a whole lot of power on the shot, so all he tries to do is center it, and Georgetown was overcommitted. You saw one player in the back of the net and another player off to his left.
Another player off to the left. Right there, just not able to do it, but again, Nito Burrito out of nowhere right here off the kickoff. JFG again creating something, doing it for his team, getting it to the back wall, and Nito just going to hit it home with the side of his car as Georgetown's overcommitted to the corner.
And that's one of the things that's very scary from a defensive perspective in Rocket League. A lot of players will use ball cam. So when a shot goes up, you can't really tell sometimes where that crossbar is. And then once it hits the crossbar and it starts coming down, you start trying to track underneath it to go, oh yeah, I'll just play it as it comes back down. You don't see the offensive player, though, already up in the air, ready to challenge.
Yeah, that is a dangerous position to be in because it's so hard. Like you said, you've got to be able to read it, and tracking it is the easiest way to do that. But when you're on your net, easy is not always the best option. So here we go, Heracles trying to get something middle, trying to get a goal. See if Georgetown can break open the net in the scoring here. 2 minutes left. They have time to come back, but they're going to need something. This could be a start. Heracles down the side to the back wall. Great dunk from Kuko. Fantastic read here. He saw that the defender was turning around. Nito Burrito under this card, maybe not looking, puts it on top of their card just a little bit too much and wins this dunk.
Yeah, Kuko read this all the way. You said it. The defender was caught, not really sure how to play that ball in the corner, and Kuko with the easiest dunk of his career.
It really was. I mean, just a fantastic read from him. Kuko again with maybe the ugliest car in all of EGF. but gonna get an assist here. Passing it over to Heracles, I believe this was. And now, yet again, it's like game one. They're bringing themselves back into it.
Yeah, and again, the use of the backboard comes into play. Chips that one just high enough that the defense has to respect it. Not really sure how high that crossbar is. It comes off, and the rebound is right there to collect on it.
That they are. Now, here we go. 1:30 left. Like we said, plenty of time for Georgetown. They scored 2 goals in about 30 seconds there. Can they keep it going? The offense up. Heracles with a miss here. This is dangerous in the middle of the field. It's going to be Joker who has to make it. The save on the back wall. Now, JFG around. Can he get the read? Oh, he got the score, but I think it was an own goal.
I think it's hard to tell here. This all started off of a miscue by Georgetown. 2 players went up for it. Neither of them hit the ball. They both whiffed. And, JFG capitalizes just hitting that off the wall.
He really does. And a panic save opportunity, I think, coming in there for Georgetown. Maybe a little bit too early. Ends up in an own goal. But still, that's a ball that's heading to the post. You never know how that one's going to hit. So you just try to throw your car at it and hope something good happens. But unfortunate for them right there. Nothing good coming out of that one.
And Georgetown, they're starting to get a little desperate too. They know they need this win, and 2 goals inside a minute, that's challenging for anyone.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, even at the highest levels of play, and we're seeing some pretty quality play right here from these teams. But Joker around the side here. He's got a decent little kick up. Kuko towards the middle. Good bump coming out. That was the chance. Heracles might have tied it, but Sadakar coming in for his team to make that save, having 2 people back, really bailed them out right there.
Yeah, Son of Car absolutely bailed them out. Reading that the bump was going to come through, just challenged that one early and was able to clear the ball away.
Here really was. And now Son of Car, he's just going to keep this one close on this air dribble. Waste that time looking at that clock go down. 8 seconds left. It's going to have to be something from Marquette. Now flip, reset. Who needs it? Son of Car is going to beat him to it.
And who better than Son of Car to cap this game off? He has been the guy initiating this offense and leading this team in shots and aggression. And here, you know, flip reset might not have worked out, looked a little soft, but, you know, if the space is there, why not take it?
Yeah, it might as well. If this one's going to be in the books, this game and this series here, it's going to go to Marquette. And, I mean, this is a Georgetown team that we've seen before, and they have looked very good. But right now, just haven't, I don't know if they just rated to a better team in Marquette, because Marquette looked very good today, or maybe just a little bit off on their game. But either way, Marquette's going to be really happy with this result.
Absolutely. I mean, Marquette, there's no doubt they came to play today, and players like Senekar and JFG, they really, you know, took control. I mean, Georgetown only had 5 shots that game, and the shot opportunities weren't that bad, but you know, it all spawned from the corner, and Marquette was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they really were. I mean, Marquette, again, with most of the possession in that game, we didn't see Georgetown really get a whole lot in the orange half. And like you're saying, getting the balls down into the corners, into the middle, and really controlling the pace of the game. But great stuff, a great series. We've still got several more series to go for you guys. But for right now, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back to you with some more action. Welcome back, guys, to the EGF Collegiate Rocket League Season 2. I believe this was week 4 or week 3, Juke? I
Week
lose track of
3.
time. Week 3. I lose track of time, man. You know, we got a whole pandemic going on, and it feels like time is a flat circle. So things just keep going around. But I'll tell you this, we're having a great time here. A great series coming out. Marquette looking really good in the last one, but excited for this next one, Canisius versus Manhattan. And Soy, man, you said you have some familiarity with Canisius, at least the school.
I graduated from Canisius last year, and I got to know a few of the players on this Rocket League team. And I think they believe that they can keep up with some of the top teams in this league. It didn't happen last year, but they truly believe that they can keep pace. A couple games, games against Delaware, uh, they, adjusted. It was first game, it got a little out of hand, but eventually, they are a team that adjusts to the pace of the game. And so for today, I think their challenge against Manhattan is, can they jump out and control the pace?
Yeah, they're going to have to be able to get in front. I think you're right. And that's really what you want to do. Impose your will on any team that you're up to play against. But we're not going to have too much of an issue with that here as we're about to start out pretty quickly. So you want to take the player introductions here?
Yeah, so for Canisius, it's going to be a Humble Potato, I'm Stuff, and Galaxy. The three of them, I believe they're mostly upperclassmen now. And right off the bat, missing a touch there right in front of the net.
Yeah, that was definitely a chance to score, but it's not over yet. But they'll be going up against Derry, Jason C29, and Rocking 7 here for Manhattan College, a team that has been here for a little bit, has done pretty all right here in the league. But right now, we're going to have to see if they can get some rotations around because Canisius taking control of this game.
Elixir right there trying to make the challenge off the corner. He loves going for those balls, and right there just rotated back. This isn't just a smart play by Canisius. Right here, challenging right in front, and Galixi quickly gets back in time to make the rotation for this shot.
Yeah, great stuff, Galixi. Okay, I was going to ask you how to pronounce that, but Galixi, kind of like Galaxy, but with no F. Pretty cool. I'm Stuff is a great name, as well as Humble Potato. So really a great team of names here for Canisius.
Yeah, for Canisius, I think specifically, this team loves when you play fast-paced, but when you have to make fast decisions specifically. The faster pace of the game, the better they play. And right off the bat, Humble Potato, he is one of those players that thrives in this kind of scenario.
Yeah, you can see that right there. He's being speeded to that ball, recognizing nobody's coming up to challenge that one too quickly, and is able to beat all of the defense to it. And now Manhattan down a couple of goals here a minute into the game, and nobody wanted to go for this ball. Some bumps in the net, and somehow a double save coming out on it. I think Humble Potato is going to wish he had that shot back.
Yeah, I was about to say he's going to wish he had that one back, because the defender rotating back for Manhattan actually bumped the third man, and so it would have been free if he had gotten there a little bit faster.
Yeah, it definitely would have been free, but here's a chance coming out off the back. Well, can Derry 3000 get there? No, not quite. Now Jason C29 is going to have to back out, as well as Rocky 7. No one quite all the way back yet, but the ball going to run into them. I'm Stuffed, though, is going to stuff it into the net, and that's a 3-0 lead for Canisius.
And the communication for Manhattan seems to be in a little bit of a disarray at the moment, because first you had the whiff on offense from a bad angle, and then on the back half there, it was basically a triple commit. One person zoomed by, the other two tried to make the stop, and the third man for Canisius had an easy shot to capitalize on.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely having a great chance back there. Derry with the backflip. Oh, Lord, coming from midfield. A Humble Potato riding up the score right now, just getting it 4-0. 3 minutes and 4 seconds left. Manhattan's going to have to get their defensive rotations in sync.
No, the last guy back there had any boost to begin with, but he just wasn't expecting the booming shot on net from midfield.
Yeah, for sure. But here we go. That's a good touch right here for Jason C. He's going to get it down the side. Can Derry win this one? But no, it's going to be a humble potato. Yet again, up high, and a backflip coming out from Jason C29, and Manhattan now kind of in a rough spot, trying to get back, trying to get to this ball. He's going to be beaten. Jason C29 and a humble potato just showing his speed to the ball right here. Yet again scoring. I mean, what is that, his third goal?
I believe so, yeah. And a humble potato, you know, when he rushes over to this ball, I think Jason C29 thought he was going to be able to get to this ball first, and then he realized humble potato was also rushing in, so he tried to go for a 50-50, and potato read that play, was able to hit it around him, but the demo coming through on the challenge. There's the answer Manhattan needed.
Yeah, for sure right here. A great clear to the middle from Stuff, or really not great, trying to really put a shot on net. What I should say is it's a great challenge from Derry to not be afraid to go in on this ball. And a lot of times, if you're coming from outside in, especially in the middle of the field like that, you're going to end up with a goal back in your own net if somebody challenges you.
And you have to just be careful about, you know, those demos and smoke screens. I actually think Canisius got the demo and it actually messed him up, because then they had the smoke screen in the way and he lost track of where the ball was.
You really did what? A touch, humble potato! Good Lord, man, there was nothing humble about this shot. You have to have some confidence to be able to get up between three and go for the redirect over the last offender. Humble potato showing out right now.
This was a great job, a great adjustment from Humble Potato. I think he was downfield looking for a bump, saw the shot coming right to him, and immediately adjusted his car to make that redirect happen.
That he did. Here we go now. Trying to play it downfield. 6-1 scoreline. Canisius doing a really good job of controlling the pace of this match, but we're starting to see Manhattan coming to their own a little bit, getting a little bit more of the field, but that's an unfortunate whiff all the way to the back wall. Derry, can he get around it? He's going to get one touch. No, he's going to get beat by Galixi.
Yes,
Galixi. No, Rocket 7. He passes this right back. He's just going to go for the demo, the disrespect. Really, it's a smart play here, but it's a little bit disrespectful to just go for the defender rather than the ball.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, if it's the optimal thing to do, you know, why not? You know, and this all just comes off of a mistouch from Manhattan. You cannot mistouch it at center field like that. It's gonna go, you know, it becomes a 2v1 off of it. And that's gonna be a goal 9 times out of 10.
It really is. And you're seeing it now. This oppression from Canisius, they're doing a really good job. I think really their strength has been winning these balls in the air towards the midfield, and now winning a ball in the air towards the goal in Manhattan. Excuse me. Just looking a little bit shook.
Yeah, and you can tell, you know, Manhattan, when they're, you know, cornered, you know, back into their own net, are kind of lost on what to do. A lot of teams, when they are, you know, pressured into their own back net, they try and like use the corner to try and clear, or just send it downfield. But again, that just hands possession over to your opponent, and you're stuck, you know, buying all your time to regroup.
Yeah, you really are, and that can definitely make it rough. But I'm Stuff here, trying to get a challenge in the middle, and a humble potato in a great position to try to keep this ball in. 43 seconds left. It's going to take a miracle for Manhattan to be able to bring this one back, and it's going to be another goal for Glixie instead as this ball. Again, they're trying to do what you're saying, they're, you know, and maybe really saying not to do, trying to get this touch out past somebody, but not a great touch, and it goes straight to the defender.
And the last guy there, I'm not sure who it was for Manhattan, it was actually caught off guard. Galixi's shot had plenty of speed on it, and I thought, and I think he thought he had the save ready, but, you know, reaction time, not quite there.
Yeah, the reaction time not is there where he needs it to be. Not anticipating to play quite as quickly as you'd like to try to get it, but a great turn from Jason here to try to play this up, but a humble potato read that all the way. Is up quickly, but so is the rest of Canisius, and they can get a touch here. Manhattan, a chance to maybe score a long goal to get one for the road, playing as center. But no, too slow. Canisius recovers from the triple commit and are gonna get what? No, not one more for the road. I thought they might have their tip there, but the time just expires.
Yeah, and a statement victory from Canisius. Right off the bat, a 9-1, and they dominated the pace of the game. That's the adjustment that we were looking for, Canisius, a team of adjustments. They adjusted the pace of the game, but right off the bat here, they controlled the pace of the game over Manhattan. And I mean, just look at that shot total. It says it all. One shot for Manhattan. One through the entire 5 minutes. And other than that, the ball was almost always in the orange end.
To be fair, they were 100% shooting though, man. So if they can get some more shots on target, maybe they have a chance to try to come back into this one. But they're going to have to figure out how to break past this Canisius offense. They're not able to really get out of their own half too much here. So it's been a little difficult for them. Hopefully, though, here on this game, Manhattan will be able to get a little bit of their speed up and try to get to some challenges on these balls in their back end.
And this is a big answer, too, for Canisius because the past 2 weeks, they've lost their sets 3-0. So for them to come out and win game one, that's a big step for them.
Yeah, it really is. And, sometimes you just need 1 week like that where you can come out and really kind of just try to dominate, get yourself back in it, get your mind right, and get your season back right. But Manhattan, I think, also 0-2. They're looking for a win here, maybe a chance for them to get one on Canisius, but we will see. Game 2 come again. Canisius up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, and so if you're Manhattan, you saw how Canisius came out, controlled the pace of the game, controlled the ball. If you're Manhattan, you got to try and replicate it, basically. You can't get stuck in your own end again. You have to start winning some of these challenges to get that ball downfield and relieve some pressure.
Yeah, you really do. You've got to try to break open this. Really, it's the offense. We talk about breaking open the defensive teams, but right now, Canisius' offense has been their defense, and what an offense it has been. Humble Potato showing off his mechanical skill, coming around from the back wall to just nose this one in.
And they've been working on this type of shot for a while. Roll that ball along the back wall, get it out in front, and then come around and just dunk it down in. Galixi is usually the one known to do that type of shot. But right there, Humble Potato, he plays with him. He probably learned from Galixi.
He probably did, man. You start seeing somebody pull that off in practice and games that you're playing with him. You're like, let me get a taste of that. Let me try that. Humble Potato able to put it in right here. But Manhattan keeping it a little closer this time. Only 1 goal deficit. About 4 minutes left in the game.
Something I've noticed, sorry to cut you off. Something I've noticed about Manhattan, their defensive communication was a little off on that last play right before the goal. They had a double commit that made it a 1v1 for Humble Potato.
Yeah, it really did, and you've got to be able to have your comms up and ready. Otherwise, you're going to have some issues. You got to make sure you're calm what you're going for and not double committing here. Is a little bit of a double commit coming out from Canisius, but nothing they can't recover from. Galixi off back wall. He tried to get a flip into it, but a great block from Derry here as Humble Potato was coming in looking for his second goal. Rockin' 7 misses, and Jason C just waiting in his goal in the midline. Humble Potato, he's up. He's got the air dribble. He's going to be able to put it home, it over everybody. Puts it into the bottom corner of the goal.
And you saw another whiff right there. I believe it was Derry, and he just, once you whiff, you got to immediately quickly get back to net. I don't know if anyone on Manhattan had any boost left after that whiff.
That is kind of the problem. If you're going to play this can't-back style and look for the counterattack goal, the long goal, is it looks like Manhattan's trying to do here and trip their defense. You can often lose some boost because you're staying back too much and not getting out to be able to get it. As we're seeing right here, not a lot of boost in the tank for Derry. Oh, but a double commit up, and they're not going to be able to get this hit in. It's going to be left to Galixi around the side to try to keep the play in. And yet another double commit. It looks like they're playing in unison right here.
Yeah, Canisius getting a little greedy on these rotations. They just see a challenge that they could win, and they just go for it. They have to be careful, though. Manhattan could counterattack.
Yeah, they really can. They can come out over the top, especially with those double commits in. But another opportunity here. This ball's going to play center. Now down to the corner. Humble Potato. He looks for the angle. He gets a pass out, but it's behind stuff to respawn. Now Jason C with a chance, but he puts that one right in front of Glixie, who's going to save this one easily. Now I'm stuck. A decent touch, but he plays it wide, trying to get it over that last defender, but unfortunately not able to find the back of the net.
That was almost a full team pass all the way across the entire field from net to midline to I'm stuff right at the edge, but could not get the redirect to go in.
Could not quite get it there, but here we go. Washington 7 now a chance. He's going to just have it with Jason. Jason playing back, trying to, I guess, secure up this defense. Afraid to go for this ball, but you can't be afraid for too long because it's going to come to you eventually. Oh, a chance for himself there in middle, but he's not able to get it. But the pressure's still on for Canisius.
Oh, can't afford to whiff there, though. That's an easy tap in for Humble Potato.
Yeah, it is. The whip on the back end can often leave you wide open, and it does right here. Humble Potato puts it in, and they take a 3-0 lead. A minute and a half. Manhattan still holding on. They've got time to come back in this one. So you're seeing some improvement already from last game, but we'll see here. Can they find that goal? Last game they were able to find one on a long ball counterattack out. This time, looking like they're trying to get a little bit more midfield control, but Canisius just not giving it to them yet.
Yeah, Manhattan's done a better job with these midfield challenges that Canisius is either double committing on, or when they do get a win on a midfield challenge, it just kind of goes into the corner. And so that's why you're seeing Canisius not having as many shot opportunities as they did last game. But Humble Potato, it doesn't even matter sometimes, just gets this aerial, and he will land this type of shot all day.
Yeah, all three people on the goal line. No one gets up fast enough to challenge it. They all jump after he's hit the ball. They've got to be able to pre-read that one. But unfortunate for Manhattan as they go for the double kickoff right here. They get a little possession with it, trying to bring out all the stops. Humble Potato, he's going to get dunked. No, Jason just misses. Jason had a chance to dunk and try to get a goal back for his team, but Humble Potato gets away with one.
I think Jason had the read on the dunk, but I think he was in the air too long, so he lost his ability to flip.
I think that is correct, but now Derry, he's going to have a chance to get this breakaway. He gets a good 50. Wow, Jason comes in to put it on, and this is what you like to see, reading the touch from the defender.
Canisius got greedy on the offensive zone. They had so many opportunities when one missed touch led to a breakaway the other way, and a great job stopping that clear from happening because one player did get back in time, and Jason able to just dunk it home.
Yeah, just able to dunk it home. Gonna be a long road to hoe. They got 24 seconds left. They're gonna need a little bit more. That Manhattan Magic to bring it back. I'm stuff though, gonna try to shut that down, score himself here, and he does because none of his teammates can hit it. It looked like Humble and Galixi would have a chance at it, but neither of them gonna put it in, and I'm stuff just over the top of everybody.
Yeah, I'm wondering where the Manhattan defense was on this play. Where did everyone go? The last guy back, I think, was Derry, and well, the ball just got lofted over him pretty easily. So again, the defensive communication of Manhattan a little suspect.
Yeah, just a little bit suspect, but here we go. Oh, a shot coming in. No. Can they get one more for the road here? Blocked, maybe. It's going to be high. It's going to win in Manhattan. 6-1. Starting to open the floodgates towards the end here.
Yeah, Galixi, he's just going to tap this one up, and then I think, yeah, he was baiting another jump there just to try and dunk on someone, but the initial shot's just going to go in.
The initial shot is going to be able to go in here, and we'll see. Maybe get something going for Manhattan in the next. They look like they had a bit of a chance there towards the end of it. Started to really, they got that goal and got a little bit more pressure, but Canisius just kind of shut that down.
Yeah, and I mean, the story of the game, again, just look at that shot total. I mean, 14 shots for Canisius, 6 went in. Manhattan did a better job. They got 3 shots and they were able to score. But again, the challenge game for Canisius, right at the midline is where they draw the line. They say, you are not getting past this point. The ball is staying on your half of the field, and the pressure just keeps mounting and mounting and mounting until someone makes a mistake.
Yeah, it definitely does here, and we're seeing that happened. The pressure coming up, and look at the score line for Humble Potato. They're 9 shots, 4 goals, 745 score. Really showing out right there. Again, nothing humble about his gameplay so far. The man has been on fire. So we'll see though. Manhattan did some cleaning up right there, brought it a little bit closer. They're gonna need still to take some major strides if they want to bring this back and make it a series. And if you're Canisius, you got to feel pretty good about your position here.
Yeah, I mean, as you were talking about Humble Potato, he is definitely the aggressor of this team. He likes to play fast paced. He likes to play aggressive. He will go for bumps, doubles. You saw he was the guy who set up that initial redirect for I'm Stuff. So you're looking for him to really be the guy initiating this offense.
Yeah, he's got to be the guy that I think does that. But for Manhattan, I think I need to see a little more out of Rocky 7. I've seen him do some more in some previous series, and he's been pretty quiet this game. I feel like it's been mostly Jason trying to get some things going. But here we go. Into the corner, a Humble Potato up with it. He's got a shot on it. It's going to go. No, it's going to fall right time stuff.
This is a tough read for the defense right here. When this ball comes off the corner, Potato's going to shoot this, and it's going to find its way to the post. Yep, Jason, it hits right off his car because the shot was so fast. He had to hustle back, didn't have time to make the proper adjustment to get a good touch on the ball, and it's an easy goal for Canisius.
Oh, baby, what is this angle from I'm Stuff in the corner? Great kickoff here, winning it outright, and then grabbing the boost and the angle to the goal. I'm Stuff starting to pop off.
That's like a 10-degree shot. That's goal line extended, basically. You said it best. What an angle from I'm Stuff. And then right off the kickoff, too, he doesn't have a whole lot of boost to work with, so all of that power is just off the flip of the car.
Yeah, it really is. He gets the corner on it, and that's great for him. Great positioning. Obviously, the corner of the nose, the hardest part of the car, hits it the hardest, and he got it on it with, again, that flip to make it go in. But we'll see here now. Humble Potato, a chance with Jason. Great cutout on this pass. Now he's got a little bit of pressure in the front half. I'm Stuff taking it around the corner. Trying to get this, but it's going to be mid for Jason, who really gets a pinch off the wall. Now Rocky 7 last bit back to his mid. No, Lord Bappo over the top, trying to get something on for the offense. A Humble Potato corner, looking up for it. It's going to be flailing up in the middle, and a Humble Potato. Oh, he almost had the win on it. Just saved on the goal line from Lord Bappo's shot.
Yeah, Lord Bappo has also been a part of the Canisius team for a while now. I believe he is a senior this year, so we're going to make a big game, or big name for himself this game.
Yeah, trying to get himself going here just a little bit. You love to see the sub getting an opportunity to come in. 3:19 to go. Humble Potato trying to get it over the top, but it's being cut out pretty well by Manhattan. We're seeing with the most sustained pressure I think we've seen so far, getting it bounced into the corner. And Jason C, though, just a little bit too far back to challenge. He's got to trust himself a bit more and come up right there, but fortunately for him, no goal. Going to result on the back end.
And the redirect, great save there by Jason C. Good job making sure he was still in net. It's easy to get a little aggressive when you're trying to, come back from a 2-goal deficit.
It definitely is. We'll see here. 2-0. This is going late into the game. Again, we're seeing Manhattan pull it just a bit closer every single time here. Maybe get enough on it to pull the win out, but they're going to have to find the back of the net to do it. Ball middle, now Humble Potato. Oh, he's got a shot, a great block. I'm Stuff, can he get around it? It's to the backboard. It's going to fall in after a touch from Lord Bappo, and you love to see him able to get a goal on the board.
Yeah, Lord Bappo will take advantage of a play like this every single day of the week. Great touch from I'm Stuff to get that back on towards the goal, and it's just a hard read off the backboard for the defense to make, especially when you're caught on the goal line.
Yeah, it definitely is, especially with that touch, man. Straight down off the crossbar. But, a chance here getting out across Manhattan. Can they get somebody up to it? Not going to. And again, playing Jason C way back here. trying to not let anything long in it. And I think it's done a good job of really stymieing the amount of goals that Canisius has had. But it's not helping their offense out too much. Right now, they're down 3. They're going to have to figure out if they can take some chances to put some goals on the board.
And they're able to, get the ball away, get a couple clears on defense. But the issue is you can't score without shooting. They really haven't had a whole lot of time of possession on the blue side of the field yet.
No, not a lot of time of possession. Trying to get it going here, but the double commit's going to cause Jason to come around it. Oh, but Stuff had a chance, and he missed it here. Gives Manhattan a bit of time to recover on the back end. Humble Potato, he's going to go for the shot. He had a man to pass to, but took it himself. Able to really kind of get it on target, but not enough to really threaten.
A little bit of a miscue there. I think he wanted to pass it to Lord Bappo, but I think Bappo just got a little eager and didn't expect that last touch from Potato.
I don't think so either, but this time Potato is going to read this touch. Ball bounces off the corner, and it's going to come right to Jason, but Jason doesn't really get much on it. Just kind of dunks it over the top to Humble Potato.
And Potato's been playing smart this game. He's been the guy either initiating the offense or the guy hustling back on defense, making sure that any clears Manhattan gets, they aren't very dangerous. He's the guy initiating the offense and then immediately getting back, making sure this rotation stays clean.
Yeah, doing a good job of that, cleaning it up. 4-0 right here. Can Manhattan get a goal? 40 seconds left. Not as much goal scoring in this one overall. We're seeing both teams with the lowest score totals yet. But still a little bit of Rocket League left to play. 30 seconds. It's going to take a lot for Manhattan here. Can they get a save on the back line? No, that's going to be 5-0. And, I hate to say it, but I think this might be it for Canisius.
I mean, this play, you just saw 2 players commit, and a smart touch by Bappo. He only gets a light touch on it at the beginning, but it gets all the defenders to just bite on the bait and just, fly by the ball, not get any touch on it. And then right at the end there, I think Bappo actually bumped Potato into the net to get that goal.
Yeah, I think he definitely did there, but we'll see. Canisius has looked good. Maybe the momentum that they need, like you were talking about, to turn around their 2-0 seasons. They're going to get one more goal here, 6-0, to really match their scoreline, I believe, from last game. So, now the question is, can they keep this momentum going into some weeks in the EGF?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of talent on this roster for them. It's just a matter of, can they keep this pace of play against the higher-ups of the league, the Delawares, the RITs. They had a rough start to the season, but I think now that they're back into the swing of things, we'll see how they do.
For sure, but Canisius able to take this one, the last game 6-0, and that's going to be a 3-0 sweep for a team that really needed to get its season on track. Manhattan still looking for that first win of the season, and they're going to have to wait another week to do it, but you got to take your hats off to Canisius right here for the way that they played this one.
Yeah, and, again, it's players like a Humble Potato, taking control, drawing that line at midfield, not allowing Manhattan. Manhattan only had 1 shot this game. That's how dominant the third game was. It's really telling. So if you're Manhattan, it's back to the drawing board basically. You're going to go back, look at the replays of this game, and say, okay, what did we do wrong? We got caught on our back line a lot. Our defense was, wasn't on a clean rotation. There's plenty of adjustments to make.
Yeah, there are a lot of adjustments to make, but they're going to have a whole week to make them, and we're going to have just a couple of minutes before we get into our next series of the day. We're going to throw it to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.